everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
Who? Oh. Is shared chat on? No, it's not. Yes, it is. I just turned it on. Well, then let me go post on Twitter real quick. Give me a second. Welcome to X. What are you talking about? I didn't have an X. Somebody just redeemed something. Oh, man. After I just put that in. I added you on Twitter for your thing. If you wanna, just so that way you're not surprised. I posted I was live on Twitter and I added you, just so you're not surprised.
Empty hearts and neon lights.
Mimi's lazy. Mimi, are you gonna yap today or are you gonna stay muted? You literally DM'd me about— no, yeah, you DM'd me about playing together, but then I gave you dates and you said okay and then never gave me an answer. Or actually gave me a date. Also, why did only one live notification go home? Did YouTube not live? No, it is. It just didn't do the fucking thing right, because it never does. Permission? Who changed permission? Me? I don't know. I'm not fighting with it. I only have 4 mods, so it doesn't make a difference. Everyone's got their shit right. Oh my god, what the hell? Oh yeah. Oh wait, you guys can hear me. What am I doing? Hi chat. I'm not muted. You can hear me. It was bass boosted Ace. It was crazy. I wonder if they can hear they can't hear Discord. I'm sitting here yapping about yap. And you guys, I don't even know. What the fuck did I say? Did I say something about it? My Fugi? Oh, is my Fugi not changed? Nope, only you. Yeah, you can only hear me. Black Ghost, where the hell have you gone?
Priorities.
No, I prayed and then I looked up and I saw the boogie and I was like, wait, fuck.
Oh,
priorities.
I heard it.
Alright, let me... I
Tired of
supposed to
this
do
green
something
bubble.
and I didn't. Not one for Twitch. Yeah, I know. You haven't been here. You've like not wanted to see us. I was supposed to fix Fugi, wasn't I? Fugi. You guys get to see my Ace, what do you think of my new Fugi?
I've seen that artwork, Eve.
You have seen that artwork, but what do you think of it as a Fugi?
It's a Fugi.
I was contemplated to do something dumb and make the other version, the talking version. I was like, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to.
You would have gotten other people in trouble because somehow your channel can get away with murder.
My emotes got removed again. I gotta put them back. My Alice thing is gone. No, it's not. It's right there. I mean, I thought it was funny using that one. Of course, that's my Discord. It's literally in Fugi. I have it under the thing. It's called Tits. Oh my god, we could go back to that one.
I'm lying.
What is Dennis?
Dark's also here for the. Dennis isn't complaining about anything. David subbed, which also thank you, David.
All hate towards me, so it makes sense. Yeah, because everyone just hates you, Dennis. Why the thing says no redeems. Why would you do that? Mimi is typing in my chat. Hi, Mimi. Hi, husband.
David says hi, husband. I love you, Game Master, he says.
Oh. I love you too.
Oh, chat on my side. This is my first time using my gift tuber. Look at it. You see it? It's so cute. There's a thing to make it like wiggle or like jump around everywhere, and I'm like, I yap too much for that, and so it's gonna make people sick, so I didn't use it. So now it just opens its mouth, and look at it. When I don't talk, my tongue sticks out, but that's not gonna happen very often because I'm always yap 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 yap. All right, so cute. Yes, thank you, Charles. Mwah.
Oh, I must send him that thing.
Wait, what? I don't know, David. I think you're getting a reward for subbing. Not for me, but...
See, Eve, it says no redeems, but now I just want to redeem something. Good thing I love you. It's good thing. Hi, Isha! How are you? I'm sorry, I'm yapping. Also, hi! You can redeem something, but I can't guarantee it's gonna happen because it's not going to happen. There's no model on screen today, and I don't have sound redeems. Hi, baby. That's my lap. I have a baby in my lap.
The real question. Well, one of the real questions.
The right cat, you can't throw at me today. Wait,
one of the real questions
you
is...
guys don't listen to me. What? I broke my...
I
broke my thing. There we go, I fixed it.
I feel like David right now.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I have never empathized more with David than I do in this very moment.
What, with me?
Yes.
Because you suck at shutting me up. You do better.
Because I'm trying to be nice.
Since when?
Where's Bree? I need Bree.
Go get Bree. I love Bree.
I need Bree. I told Bree that you say that I told Bree and Kiki both that you say that I bully you, and both of them were like, you have the grace of an angel for Eve. And I was like, I'm aware.
Oh, hi, Lemon Lord. My bad. I didn't know we were talking to my grandma about her surgery. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, I get distracted very easily.
The real question is, what the fuck happened in our last session?
We got the book. I got the book. The book is mine. The book is mine. I have the book.
All right. So Alice remembers they got a book.
Oh, that's right. We're supposed to be starting the session, aren't we? I should probably, like, go grab stuff to fucking drink because I've got nothing here. I'm sorry, baby. You gotta get out of my lap. Hey, baby. The other baby's sitting here. The other baby's got a nice little spot where she can watch my computer screen now.
I remember Cecil got dragged around the house. I was just crying about having to take stairs. There were so many damn stairs.
Oh my god, I didn't see them. That's why they're bothering me.
We escaped with a potion, and I don't know.
We did escape with the potion. Oh yeah, because Alice went in fucking blasting, not asking questions.
Wait.
We escaped with a potion because Alice just started blasting a bunch of cultists, if I remember correctly. Didn't ask any questions, just shatter, shatter. And the rest of us were like, okay, shatter.
Correct.
Mimi R is your glasses. I'm sorry, Ghost. What the fuck was that sentence? I don't think I understood that one at all.
Also, Leo and Song accidentally kidnapped a cultist because they were holding him when you teleported.
Oh, that's
Stop
right.
being hugs to you, but he will not display because it's not that kind
Wait,
of
wait,
thing.
what?
Yeah. Okay,
Did
so
I zone out
remember-
for that?
No. Okay, so remember, Alice was like, what did she say? Alice said
Okay, I
something.
remember.
Alice was like, either
About
kill
what?
them or do something, and you were like, I'm not gonna fucking kill them.
Oh
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
tied
So
them
we
up.
we got to the thing with the evil cult people, and we heard them through the door talking about the book, and so I thunder shocked them twice, and then knocked 2 of them out and killed 3 of them. And then we went in there, and I pointed. I said, "Tie them up," and I immediately went to go find what we were try to find what you're looking for. And Mimi says, "I'm not going to do that," and goes to try to check and heal them. And then they get up and attack me.
That is not how I remember the chain of
I didn't
events.
heal,
But we
I
haven't.
didn't heal them.
You tried
Exactly,
to,
I was
they
like, I
got
don't
up and
remember the
attacked
chain
me
of
before that
events.
happened.
No, I checked if they were like dying. That was
Yeah.
it.
It was very in character. Leo would definitely check to see if they were alive.
So we do have one that's tied up because Cecil was holding on to it when we teleported.
Was he? I thought we ended before we got any details on that.
Nope, because his last thing that happened was Cecil was holding onto the prisoner because Cleo said hold on to this one. So Cecil was like, okay, and was holding onto the prisoner.
But we got into
She
combat
took my
before that. I don't know.
wine.
I don't know.
That's
if
the only
Cecil
thing
let
I
me
have
go or
written
not to
down.
go into combat.
Tracking what matters, Cecil.
Wait, who has the wine?
Eleanor.
Cleo took the wine.
Okay.
Wow. Where's my notebook? I think a cat stole my notebook.
Let me know when you're ready, because I'll give you. I assume you guys would like to know the name of the person's house you were at, because that was given last session. So I did not hear anyone remember that.
The house, the mansion, or the
Yeah.
that was
The
Adria.
manor.
I went
Yeah,
to grab
Adira.
my notebook for our last session, and all I see is from Heaven's War Session 5. My only note is Laverna. Well, this place looks like peace got fucked in the ass by violence. It's the only thing I have from the other session. My fucking sister. Okay.
Bree.
Yeah, that was Bree's character.
She says the darndest things. I wish I could send her a birthday card. It's her birthday on Thursday.
God damn, that time came up fast.
I did ask you about it a month ago.
That means nothing to me. Time is a construct.
Yeah, well, it also reminded you, hey, I should text my sister. I love her.
Which she said, are you taking your meds? So.
Yeah, she asked if something goes wrong and are you taking your meds? And you said she was going to say that. I'm like, haha, that sounds like Bree. I love Bree.
All right, you said what was the name again, Aaron?
I'll type it in.
You. That's the house we landed in, right?
The manor. Yep. As far as you know, that was someone that either owned the house, came in afterwards, or lived there.
It's not the abandoned house that we were at, though, right?
What do you mean by abandoned?
The mansion.
Where are we right now after using the potion?
The one in the, she's
You,
talking about the one in the loop.
Yeah, it's the one from the loop. Yeah.
Okay, Adir's house is the one.
Yeah. Right now we're at the wizard's house, whose name is...
Right now, right now, you guys don't know where you're at. You guys are at the location that you woke up in, where you were taken by the dark, basically,
Okay.
the first time.
Okay,
So
my
you
God.
guys woke up in a stone room, and then you guys teleported instantly after that.
I'm calling it early and being have a good fun. Have a good night, Isha.
Any other questions? I'm just double checking you guys didn't miss anything. Let me cross. me check what clues you guys discovered. So.
The only thing I know, I have a lead box with the magic book, I have a skull mace, and then I have a partially destroyed journal about the test stuff, and then I have this necrotic skull. I have a journal of a wizard, but I don't remember where that came from. Oh, I have this.
I think that
that's
came from the
wizard-
college.
That came from the college of the wizard, yeah. That were sent us there.
I have a bottle of black goo.
Okay.
Oh yeah, my goo.
Apparently, I put my notebook away too well, so I'm going in blind.
Oh shit. All right, so Cleo suffered a head injury during our teleport.
That sounds about right.
Wild.
All right.
See, so hopefully she just doesn't remember that she said we couldn't have the wine.
No, I remember that.
Damn it.
I don't
She
remember-
said
I don't
she
remember
said that
but I don't think
I
was
could
there
get
for
it
that.
back after we finish bringing the prisoner over. After we
No,
finish the
no.
job.
After we get back safely, after we are done with the mission.
I was not there for that. I cannot comment.
I appreciate you, David. And yeah, you were upstairs. We were all downstairs in the cell.
Yeah, I was upstairs looking for the source of the thingy thing.
Everyone's ready? No, we can start.
Are we returning to full HP in our spell slots or no?
We will pretty soon.
Okay.
But you can go ahead and get ahead of that if you want.
That works. Wanted to make sure.
I can go. Okay, I'll just get my spell slots back.
Yeah.
Your two spell slots.
No. I'm my It was two spell
You're your
slots,
bard
but
on
fuck
this
you.
one.
But I'm my bard, not my warlock. It was only 2 spell slots, but fuck you.
I only had 1 spell slot, so I was like,
Everyone ready? Any objections?
oh.
Good, I'm good.
So, we last left, you guys were on the rooftop and in a hurry threw the potion or splashed the potion at your feet. You guys all teleported in a black mist, and you guys are now standing in the same sigil that you initially left from. And it looks like the dwarf has not moved. He's just sitting there with his standing there with his eyes closed. And the wizard Su Yin looks like she's a green kobold, and she looks like she's just sleeping on the floor. And she
Kobold
starts
or-
to stir when she hears you guys poof in.
She dragonborn or kobold?
Kobold, sorry.
Okay. 'cause
The
she was a-
dragonborn.
She was a
What the-
dragonborn
the
before.
fuck is
That's why
the
I was
lizard?
confused.
A green
Dragonborn.
lizard.
Dragon's
Dragonborn.
dragon.
Kobolds are saying can be lizard-like too, but
Yeah,
they're
I
just
was-
a lot smaller than dragonborn.
I was researching monsters for a different campaign, and I was doing something with kobolds, so I had kobolds stuck in.
I see.
But yeah, dragonborn. Yeah, so he slowly gets up, and she just. Do you have the box in your hand, Alice, or is it like in your back?
In my hand.
She sees the box in your hand, and she looks at you, and she says, "Did you get it?"
I do. I have it. And Alice is kind of
She
just
says-
holding the box, and like she's just like looking at it, because she's like looking back and forth between. Oh my God, what's her name?
Su Yin?
Sunyan and the box, because Alice is torn between wanting to read the book or to give it up. So
And she
says
sees
yes
you kind of
anyway.
hesitating, and she snaps her finger. She's like, "No, don't go for that temptation, and that here it will destroy you."
What is in the book?
And she says, "I don't know. It's some sort of dark magic, but since it's the first, I guess, since someone not evil, I guess, has possessed it since it was lost to time."
Then how do you know it will destroy me?
She just looks at you and blinks slowly. She said, I can feel the magic and evil pull through the lead. That tells me all I need to know.
Alice is hesitant to give it up still, because it might have answers about her. And she's going to say, what do you want to do with the book?
She says, I need to take it and study it and reverse engineer the spell that ended the world.
At that, Lilith's gonna turn on her heel. She goes, okay, pause. If you can reverse the spell that ended the world, you must be pretty powerful, right?
Nods.
So, you ever messed with time?
Just looks at you. She says, time can only go forward, not backwards.
Cleo, about that wine. And I'm just gonna walk over to Cleo with my hand out. For those of you in chat that don't know, Lilith, Alice, and Cleo got time jumped into this apocalyptic world. We were in a perfectly fucking fine one beforehand.
I was not perfectly fine. There was a disease ravaging.
Oh yeah, well, Alice existed, but it was better than this shit.
We literally went to go into a world-ending disease that was taking over and killing everybody before we got teleported here. A bunch of mushrooms.
Well, this one's worse. Cleo, the wine, please.
Oh my gosh. Alice is going to say, are you sure that you can protect this and not fall to temptation yourself?
Just looks at you. She said, well, I'm definitely more qualified than you, but yes, I have a special laboratory set up.
Alice is going to hesitate, and then she's going to go give her the box.
Says, thank you. And as she takes it from you, the pull that you felt lessens significantly, and now it's just your burning curiosity that's left. So he's just going to take it and tuck it under her arm and look at the dwarf, and they're going to kind of exchange silent communication. She's going to look back at you guys and she's going to say, so I am going to have to take some time, an unknown amount of time, to fix this and figure out how to reverse engineer. You guys are welcome to stay here. I am not going back to the college. I am staying at this location because this is the only place I know it's safe, but it will take me a long time to work this out. But I believe your friend, and she nods at the dwarf, has something he would like you guys to do while I work on this. He walks off towards a door you guys hadn't noticed before, and it disappears as she goes through it.
Alice is going to look at the dwarf, unless somebody else wants to do something first.
I heard that we can go to a tavern. Cecil, tavern.
Why go to a tavern when we have a bottle of wine in someone else's hands? Looks like Leo.
We can save that one for later.
Alice is going to look at the dwarf and say, where is here?
The quest is just.
What did you say, Alice?
Where is here? She's going to ask the dwarf.
Where is here? He just looks at you, says, if I told you that, then it would be known.
I'm just gonna wave my hand. Leave the culty dwarf. He answers Cleo. Have Cleo talk to him. Cecil Tavern.
He looks at you and he says, we know you are excited to go to a tavern, but we have an adventure, you would say, that should have a tavern. If you would please help us.
I turn back on my heels. An adventure with a tavern, you say. Okay, you have my interest.
Aaron, did you finish your sentence about where is here?
Yes, he said...
You cut out.
He said, If we told you, it would be known. I can drop my gate a little bit if I need to.
What do you have in mind? Alice is going to ask him.
He is going to look over at you and he says, we have recently been told by our whispers that there is an unknown settlement a week's ride away from this city that has had occasional skirmishes with the unknown creatures that originally attacked this city. We believe it is important to figure out if they know anything about this new, powerful enemy.
Where's the tavern and all this?
He says,
I'm gonna ask him.
he looks at you.
Is he talking about the original creatures that attacked the capital, or the fortress city that we came from?
First, he heard Lilichi's question, so he's gonna look over and he's gonna say, we assume, based on our whispers, that it is in this village. This village has been oddly peaceful and successful in the heart of the dead. And then he's going to turn back and look at you, Alice, and he's going to say, ones, I believe, you clashed with the wizard, the white-pelled creatures that we have never seen.
I'm gonna lean over to Cecil and be like, hey, that means there is a tavern, right? That's what he meant?
Can you repeat that? He said clash with the wizards and the white what?
The white creatures.
Oh.
Yeah, the white-pelled creatures.
Oh, okay. Alice is going to look at him questioningly and say vampires.
He's going to say, no. Creatures that you fought that had carried the wizard through the city.
Oh, I'm thinking of the vampire that we fought before. Okay, never mind. Okay. Alice is gonna say, when do we need to go there? Or when do you need us to go there?
He's gonna look back over at you. He said, we prefer as soon as possible. Information is key.
I was gonna say.
Cecil looks at Lily too and says, yes, information is key. Information about the tavern.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't. Did he say that there was a tavern? I really didn't understand.
And you see his eyes go milk white for a second, and he just kind of stands still. And then he comes back and looks at you, and he says, you see a tavern.
Oh, sweet. Also, I have a secondary question. So, being from the house and all, I'm not overly religious, but like, if we were to like gamble and drink and all that, is that gonna be frowned upon? Your God gonna be upset about that? We cool?
He just looks at you, just slowly blinks. Our God cares not for those things. We do not care what you do with your life.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna run over and high five Cecil.
I have my hand a little too high up for her to high five.
I'm bring this down here.
Alice is going to ask, is there anything else you can tell us about their creatures and what they may have, equipment-wise, or abilities that could get in our way, and if he has anything that can help us?
He just says, he looks at you, he says, we do not know anything about the Pell creatures. This settlement, this village, from our whispers, has survived and skirmished these creatures. We assume they have a history, and we would like to know what that history is. We do not know what resides in the village.
So we could be walking into a village of these creatures.
We know for sure it is not the creature you thought that you will be walking into.
It's a human settlement? Or a...
It is a humanoid settlement.
That's what I
See
meant to
the
say.
yeah, we see the silhouettes do not match the same as the creatures you fought.
Okay. Alice is gonna ask if that is fine. Can we stay and rest and recuperate after the fight, and then head out? And Alice is also gonna ask if she has a follow-up question for that, and she's gonna say, I also have questions for you about what we saw and where we were taken.
He's gonna say, we would love for you to have a rest. We always want you at your best. And then he takes a second, pauses, and then he says, we can answer your questions for a short time.
Who is Adria?
You see his eyes kind of go milk white again, and then they're kind of slowly turning black. And he says, we do not know this name. It must be before the fall.
I'm gonna give him the other name that we were given, which was the... Alice gonna say, how about the... Oh my god, I didn't write it down. What was the name of the... Do you guys know what the name of the god they called her?
Nope.
No, I wrote it down, but
I didn't write it down.
I don't have it right now.
Let me find it for you. Because the cult referred to her as Adira the Undying.
I thought there was another name. They called her the Immortal something, didn't they?
Prince of
The Prince of...
something.
Trying to just high five Cecil. Bring your hand down.
Thank you. Have a good night. Reactions.
Cecil brings his hand down finally.
You.
I tell you the right one. Yeah, so they said that some of them seem to worship Adira the Undying, and they claim that she was either a prophet or the Blood Lord returned.
Okay. Alice is gonna say that this book was being used by her and was guarded by a large demon-like creature. And Alice is basically gonna explain what happened after they were teleported with the going into the house, with it reconstructing itself, and it belonged to a family that was, and the child was Adria, and about the cult and how and the great, oh, man, what was her name? My brain's not wanting to work.
So his eyes are going to turn fully pitch black, and he's going to say, we have not heard that name in a long time, referring to the Blood Prince. We see creatures from the abyss are involved in all of this. We should have guessed. We will investigate this cult and return with more answers about this Adira. And then the dwarf just passes out.
Okay.
Oh shit. Look at Cleo. Your god doesn't
Cleo
do that,
walks
right?
over.
I look over at them and say, I'm not gonna have to carry this one too, am I?
Alice realizes...
Oh shit! I start looking around. Where the fuck is that cultist?
Just
I was
look
gonna say I
over.
walk over to the door to make sure he's okay while I hear Ace Latu say this, and I'm like,
I'm pretty sure we
As
didn't
you
bring
guys look
cookies.
around, you
I
see
am
the
not sure.
cultist is like rolling on the ground, like crawling away his best to try and find a door.
Stop that. I'm gonna run over and just start like yanking on his clothes with my, oh my gosh, like negative strength, -1 strength.
I follow and then grab him by the collar. And then just
Thank you,
yank him back.
Cecil.
All for the wine.
You just hear him sigh and he just rolls his head.
I'm gonna, do we have a seat? Is there a seat? Is there a chair?
Yeah, there's basic wooden chair and table that Dira was sitting at when you guys first woke up.
I'm gonna climb onto the table and I'm gonna like point at the chair and be like, put him here, Cecil.
Suyin.
I sort of like heave him onto my shoulder and then do like a not put sort of throw towards the chair.
All right, so I'm sitting on the table. My little feetsies are dangling and swinging, right? Little swingy feetsies. And I'm gonna look at him and I'll be like, so, and I'm gonna poke his cheek and I'm gonna say, who's Adira? And I'm gonna just keep poking his cheek.
He's
gagged.
Oh, that's right.
We saw where Suyin went, right through the door.
Yeah, and then the doors seem to disappear.
Does anyone remember if this one's a magic caster?
They are all magic casters.
Are you a magic caster?
They're all clerics.
Can I look around and see if there are any rooms or anything in this place?
So, on the wall behind you guys, across from the, I guess we'll call it, I don't know what to call that now. At this point, the platform you had teleported in and out of is the door where you guys woke up on beds. And as far as you can tell, currently that's the only door.
Okay, so there are beds in this room. Okay. I carry the dwarf over and gently put him down on a bed after making sure he's not dying.
All right, as you do that, you feel a gentle, warm breeze in the room. And it kisses your skin. Or your fur, sorry.
Okay. Alice, after she's gonna see them messing with the captain, putting him in a chair, she's gonna tell everyone else that it's probably best to let the avatar of the god question him. I'm sure he seems to be able to go into people's minds.
Hearing that, you see the captive's eyes get wide and he just starts wiggling back and forth.
Unless he wants to tell us willingly. And Alice is gonna stare at him.
I'm gonna reference towards him and be like, he's gagged.
Cecil takes off the gag.
He takes a big breath and he just looks over the dwarf and he goes, "The fuck is that?"
That guy? The dwarf? The guy that's passed out? That one? Are we referencing here? That is a... You know what? I don't really know. I think he's some kind of prophet of his god, honestly. I'm not sure what that thing is, but he talks to a deity, so I wouldn't really fuck with him, okay?
That is the avatar of the god. I need the book thingy. Hold on. Oh no, things are broken.
Cecil blinks twice and says, "Is that just not a dwarf?"
I was about to ask, like, does he just not know what dwarves are?
Also a dwarf, yes. Wait, well, no, because if he was just talking about it being a dwarf, he'd be way more surprised by me.
Or me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look human. I'm clearly references to all 2 foot of me.
He did also
not
stab me.
Human.
He also did stab me with his thing, and I don't bleed. Where's the list of the god things?
I can resend it in this chat. I think I just sent it to Mimi. I will just like, I guess, freeze.
It was in the...
Resave that article.
I think it was in the old server.
It won't take me about a second to find that.
Actually, it's in handouts, isn't it? Or did you leave the hand? No, they're pantheons. They're right here. Of. Oh no, this one doesn't have any descriptions.
Sorry, I got one that does. I got a PDF.
Okay, that's what I was looking for, but we had posted it in the old server, which is why it's not.
Are you looking for which god he serves? Or?
Yes.
Utu. No, that's what I serve. What was it?
It's not Utu is yours.
Cuckoo.
Cuckoo, yeah. Cuckoo.
I'm gonna tell him that he's possessed by the avatar of Cuckoo.
Is he possessed? If he's kind of just like a prophet.
He looks at you. He's like, "That was gonna be my question."
What's up?
Wait, what?
He looks at Lily too. He says, "That was gonna be my question." He doesn't look possessed to me.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. And she has, I don't know, man. I think he's just like a prophet, but he's definitely connected to his god. Whenever his eyes do the weird thingy to thing, he's talking to him. I don't really know. I'm not 100% caught up on all your deities here. So anyway, who's Adira?
He looks around. She ain't that, I can tell you that.
Is she a deity, or is she just like a monstrosity, or like where the fuck was that place?
Because that was once her childhood home, as far as we can trace back. The events of her history is over 500 years old.
Were you guys like, what were you doing there?
Waiting for her return, as prophesized.
Larry, what?
Adira, the undying, the immortal, the reborn. None of those, might imply she's coming back or unkillable.
Uh-huh. What's this prophecy?
That she would come back sometime.
Just been sitting there this whole time waiting for it to come back?
Without
no.
any wine, you guys left 2 bottles of wine.
Seriously, you guys really need to restock.
That's not our place. That place didn't exist 10 years ago, 5 years ago. That didn't exist 2 weeks ago or a month ago. There was a loud clap and explosion, and it started rebuilding itself, and that's when the book appeared.
Oh, you said book. Here you go, Alice. And I referenced towards Alice.
How long ago did he said? Did it come
Basically, when you collapsed in front of the commander is the time he was referring to.
back? Okay. The pale creatures. Are they related to you and Adira?
He's thinking, he's like, hell creatures. There's a lot of those around here. You mean vampires?
No, these are different. The dwarf said they were here from the beginning of this. And she's gonna kind of point toward the sky, even though it's not visible.
I'm also gonna poke his cheek and be like, hey, as someone from the hells, I don't think they were hell creatures.
He takes a whiff and he's like, no, they didn't smell like you. They were definitely not, probably.
This
You would
person
know.
that's in front of us, what are they? What kind of creature are they? I probably should have asked that earlier. Are they human or are they?
Let me see which ones you guys killed, because I had them written out. Because it didn't matter too much at the time, but it's not a huge
You just said
deal.
you don't smell. He doesn't smell like it, so I'm like, oh, is this?
He is just a human.
He's just human. Okay.
Hell creatures probably smell like fire and brimstone, okay? I'd like to think that I smell like a campfire.
Are you related to anything with the vampires or what's destroying the human settlements?
That's not our problem. As he He realizes that you are wanting more, so after a few minutes, he says, "We are here to serve Adira, and this is the first time she's been reborn that we know of. We are waiting on her command."
Alice is going to pull out her skull and ask, "What is this?"
That's a mace, right? Yeah.
No, I have the mace and the skull that uses the key.
Okay.
That was also.
You're holding out the skull. Okay. He looks at it, and he moves his nose forward to tell you to come a little closer with it. And he leans in and he sniffs at it. He's like, "Not sure what that is, but that's brimming full of necrotic magic."
It was in the house, and it opened the door to the roof. And it contains memories of my past. And this is Alice's first time kind of admitting to the party of what they saw.
He looks at you, he raises an eyebrow. He says, "Are you sure they're your memories?"
They are not mine, but they show a point in my history.
He said he moves his nose to tell you to come forward again, like it moves his chin. Do you step forward?
Does it get closer? How close would I?
Yeah. He, based on how he's been behaving, he either wants to get a better look or get a sniff.
I will get closer, but I will kind of hold on to the skull tighter.
He leans forward and he makes sure to sniff your hand, and he's like, "Artificial same necrotic magic. It could be that you're naturally reacting to it."
Alice is gonna think, and then she is going to... Is there another table or something in the room?
There is currently one, but you kind of think about needing a table. Another one spawns across from the current one.
Alice is going to go to the table. She's going to put the skull on it, and she's going to start casting Identify on it.
Are we not going to talk about the summoning table?
Nope.
Cecil says, "Are we not going to talk about how he needed to sniff?"
Nope.
Was that not a human thing? I'm going to walk over to Cecil and be like, "Wait, come down here. Let me touch your nose. Do you not smell a lot of things with this thing?"
I don't go sniffing people.
That's not a normal human thing?
Alice is going to kind of say, he doesn't seem to know much. Or he doesn't
They smell stuff all the time.
He doesn't know. He seems to not know much about Adria, but he mostly just knows that his mission is to help her. And he seems to have a good nose for magic.
Did Alice just make a joke? Alice, was that a joke?
That was not a joke.
I think that was a joke.
Alice is going to continue using her Identify on the skull.
As you complete your ritual and you touch it, confirms what he was saying, brimming with necrotic magic. It is not necrotic magic that normal mages use. It is similar magic that you are familiar with, which is expected, and you can tell that it's some sort of container for memories, and it definitely has more memories locked inside it, but you don't know how they're locked.
Is there anything else I can do with it? Specifically?
Currently, no. It would require either someone with a higher expertise or possibly some more investigation by you.
And by investigation, do you mean outside of investigation checks, but more of just learning stuff about it?
Yeah, so
Okay.
Either carrying it with you more and trying your best to attune with it, or just keeping it and seeing you, because you don't know exactly how to unlock it. You know that because I've identified that it's necrotic magic. It's meant to house memories, and they are behind some sort of locking mechanism. You just don't know how that mechanism works.
Nope.
But
Well-
it did seem to unlock a few memories when you initially touched it. So it could be related to your magic or the book or the house.
Well, Alice is going to attempt to attune to it and see if she can learn more about it or do anything with it, because it seems to be the one thing it's going to give her answers.
Okay. Nothing currently happens. It doesn't seem like it wants to attune, but you can feel it kind of reacting a bit to you.
Still be poking the prisoner's cheek back there.
Alice is gonna put the skull away then, and then she's gonna pull out the mace and with the skull on it, and she's gonna look at him and ask, "What is this for?"
And he's going to look at the mace and he's going to be like, "Oh, that would be the Blood Prince's mace."
Because they all had one similar, didn't they?
Yeah, that's basically their crest. They don't have a crest, but they all have like some form of that painted on or sewn onto their clothing.
Oh, they
I'm
don't.
still
They
gonna
don't
be
have.
poking
They
his
don't have
cheek.
actual maces.
Not that you guys saw, no.
Just this one. Is it magical? I don't think it was magical, was it?
No. If it is, it was just used as an arcane focus at one point, but it has no magic properties. It's just a mace as far as you can tell. But in the memory you watched, including everyone else, it did look like it was the device that cast the spell that essentially made Alice. You don't know if it's the same mace, but it looked the same.
Yeah.
I'm still poking this guy's cheek, just, being me. I'm gonna see, well, great. So now there's Adira. Who the fuck is the Blood Prince?
It's just gonna be like, I don't know.
Wait. I don't know. Don't you work for those guys or something?
He says, yeah, but I'm just kind of new to this whole thing, and I haven't really bought into all of it yet. Adira, I am a believer in, but I don't know much about this Blood Prince.
Damn.
Why do you believe in it?
Shitty first job.
And he's like, I have no idea where we're at, but she's the one who took the power of the sun, so.
Where did you learn all this?
He's just gonna look around and he's like, is that not common knowledge?
No.
And he's just gonna shrug.
Listen, buddy, we're not even from this time, okay? So we're
Cecil didn't know
stupid.
it either.
Where Cecil didn't know it. Cecil's a noble. All he cared about was eating and drinking and playing games.
Finally,
So,
someone understands.
Adira,
I got you, buddy.
when you say Adira took the power of the sun, does that mean that she killed Utu?
And that is one theory. That is what they say. At least that's what our texts say.
And
He said from
where are your texts?
He says they are scattered throughout our various settlements.
The name. Did the dwarf give us the name of the settlement we were going to? Hi, Gaia.
No, he does not know the name, or at least you didn't ask him the name, but you can assume if he would have known the name, he probably would have told you.
Yeah, that was.
And then he looks back to you, Cleo, and he's like, my job was actually not there to guard the books or anything. I was there to learn all I could about Adira and try to learn how she did what she did. We were reading the library as it was rebuilding itself.
That was gonna be my next question, was how they were there for. Okay. What are the D-men on the roof?
He just says, yeah, we didn't go to the roof. That was that's not something you want to mess with. That was summoned by our higher cult members as an extra layer of protection. Or it was drawn to it.
Where does your cult have bases at?
He says, as far as I know, everywhere. I only know about my settlement. And I could not tell you if you gave me a map of where it was. I was born there, and the only other place I had been outside of that was that manor.
What was the name of your settlement?
He just looks kind of confused. He's like, huh. I don't actually remember. Wait, why don't I remember?
Oh boy. And then I'm gonna poke him in the head. They mess with your memory?
He just looks at you stunned. He's like, maybe?
What is your name?
He's gonna scratch his head. You know, that's a good question.
I tap him or pat him on the shoulder and say, "Don't worry, I don't remember much after a bout of drinking myself."
He opens his mouth and puts his head back.
Oh, is he asking for alcohol? Are you asking for alcohol? Are you wanting to drink too?
And he starts shaking his head.
Listen, man, we only found one bottle of wine.
I find wine at all. I thought all of the vines went extinct.
You're saying we had the last bottle of wine?
He just shrugs.
Cecil looks
I'm
at
gonna look at Cecil with absolute fear.
Says, "It might be extinct, and it might be the last bottle, but you know what that means.
Oh my god.
It can help us pay for more booze."
Oh my god, you're right. I'm gonna ponder this because the last bottle though, we might just save it.
You're not going to say that.
Nobody asked you, Alice. Cecil, listen, right? Like, hear me out. We keep it with Cleo because Cleo won't drink it. And then if the barter is good enough, otherwise we save it, and that's our celebration.
You
Cecil
guys
takes
discussing
like
this?
Miles Morales
Go ahead.
pose where with his hand on his chin. You know what I'm talking about into the waivers. He takes that pose and thinks, "You might be onto something."
Drink all of it right away. Thank you, Cleo.
As you guys are doing that, all of a sudden, the captive in the chair jumps so bad he knocks himself over. And you hear directly behind you, the dwarf speak. Says, "Who is this?"
The captive
Of
brought back-
the
Go ahead.
you like a follower of like of the Blood Prince or Adira? Like, what the heck was your little like homies called?
Who are you asking?
Or captive?
He
Leo
just
helps
says-
the dwarf sit up.
He just says, "Adira," in a real squeakish voice from the floor.
Yeah, so this one, and I like tap his shoulder, and I'm like, he believes in Adira, the Reborn or the Undying or the some shit, the lady that ate the sun or something. That's who this one is. He's not like you though. He doesn't talk to any deities. I think you freak him out.
Just nods, and he says, "We shall talk to him while you are gone."
He mentioned that Adir took the power of the sun and possibly eliminated my god.
He looks at you and he said, "Yes, child, this is what we were trying to tell you earlier. But lose hope not. We believe we have a way."
Can I ask him about, like, on the rooftop, I got hit with, like, some type of paint, right? I, like, saw something, like, something going towards the sky, and then I was, like, in pain. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't have my notes.
No, that is correct. He's gonna look at you and he's going to be like, "This we were not expecting, but it's not surprising. You have what we believe is the last divine spark of Utu, who probably experienced one of their last memories."
Utu's last memories?
Yes.
I just sit in silence with this information.
He just looks around slowly and he says, "We can give a map and horses if needed."
A map and horse and carriage would be appreciated.
He just nods and he says, "When you are ready for rest, lay down. You are safe here. We are in my God's sanctuary."
Over to Cecil. We need to come up with a game plan for this wine before we fall asleep.
Alice is going to go to a bed and she's going to go into her focus state.
Mm-hmm. You meditate like an elf, right?
Yeah, the meditation. Yeah, the 4-hour long rest.
Yeah.
I think
Picture I just have a fucking cat bed because of how tiny I am.
I don't remember what it's called.
Alright, so it sounds like everyone's taking a long rest. Okay. So, you guys obviously, which I think you already did, get the benefit of a long rest. And when you wake up, you guys are outside of the city in a covered wagon being drawn by horses. And it is just leaving the city gates. And in your hand, Alice, is a rolled up map to what you assume is the location of the settlement the dwarf was talking about.
Dang, he works fast.
Does a long rest always equal sleep?
Yes, that is a long rest.
Yeah, the general consensus is it's 8 hours.
And yeah, unless you're something weird like me.
I mean, I feel like Cleo would not be able to really fall asleep with that knowledge of she experienced a last memory of her god.
Yeah, that is completely valid, and you can still benefit from a long rest, but yeah, you can definitely roleplay into being cranky and like sleep deprived and stressed about that. Because it basically means focused downtime to recover. So you could even like meditating if you can't sleep. You're just not doing anything for like 8 to 12 hours, basically.
So with me, I only need 4 hours, and so mine's a little different because my long rest is only 4 hours, and I'm in an inactive, like, motionless state. Like, I'm basically just sitting there, but I'm still, like, conscious. I can still see and think and stuff like that. I'm just not moving.
You're in power down mode.
Yes, I am in power down mode, but I still know everything that's going on around me. Oh.
Are we just getting into the city gate?
I think we're
Or you're
outside.
leaving
No,
the
you're-
city we were in?
You're leaving the city you guys were when you came in on the boat. So like, and went to the library and met Suyin. You're leaving that city. So, and while some of you may not have been asleep or unconscious, you guys don't even realize when you made the transition to the wagon. For those that went to sleep, you just went to sleep and woke up in the wagon.
I feel like Cleo would have just been sitting at that table and then eventually like have fallen asleep, but like just not consciously, right?
Mhm. No, that makes perfect sense.
I'm gonna wobble, because my little legs have a hard time in this wagon, over towards Cleo. And I'm gonna just like pet her paw, just like pet her paw a couple times. And see if she'll let me.
I pick her up and set her on my lap. Just like,
Cool, I'm going back to sleep now.
Okay. While you guys travel to this unknown location, if you guys want to take a quick bathroom and snack break, this is probably a good point to do.
I'm good.
Everyone good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. You guys roleplay your travel. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
I'm sleeping in Cleo's arms. Okay, warm fuzzy cat. This is the best. You're still streaming in Discord. What the actual fuck am I looking at?
You're looking at... I don't know what you're looking at. Oh, I'm on that screen. You're looking at art thingies. Don't worry about it.
Open my Discord and
Yeah, you were looking at art things.
I'll be right back to put something in the fridge.
You weren't supposed to see that. Okay. Well, we're traveling. Who's gonna steer the horses? Oh my god, who has proficiency with... Does anybody have proficiency with vehicles?
Don't need to do that.
Okay.
Didn't we just spawn on the carriage? It was like,
I just assume his god's
With magic or
handling that
something.
shit. Good job, Coo or
Yeah.
Coo 2 or...
A map is just in case something happens, you can assume, but the horses seem to be pulling themselves on their own.
Okay.
I am good whenever Mimi and everyone else is ready. I heard she had to go put something in the fridge, so.
Mhm.
But yeah, we're not doing like an exploration-based campaign in the sense of like exploring the unknown. So I usually prefer just to have you guys get to your location, and then you guys can tell me stories along the way. If you guys want to fill in the blank spots.
No, I picture our travels in the wagon as just Cleo being lost in thought about her god, me cuddling Cleo because soft fur cat, you know, and yapping the entire time with Cecil as Alice is also lost in thought.
Alice would be continuing to try to go through the partially destroyed journal to try to find something, as well as just trying to break into the skull that she has, or try to figure it out and connect to it.
Cecil and I are just
Cecil's-
imagining how much we can get for the wine.
Cecil's probably has like you know the meme where it's like the red string, the guy trying to explain shit. Doing
Yes.
that with trying to figure out how to, because he's from a mercantile like nobility, right? So he's trying to think of how efficiently they can make it so that they can make the most amount of money for that wine so they can get the most amount of drink afterwards.
Think I heard Mimi?
She might be.
Yeah, we'll just be patient though.
Yeah, I said I'm back.
Okay.
Yes, wow.
To Mimi Mike.
So as you guys are kind of doing what you mentioned in the wagon, you guys make it to this settlement, and as your horses are kind of rolling up, you see what looks like, a lacking amount of monsters. There's not much movement in the forest. You actually see, you were expecting a bustling village because it was, described as basically flourishing. But you notice something strange. It looks like something may change during your travels. There are actually no windows lit in the village except for one location, and it looks like the central building. It looks like a large building, so you can assume it's the town's tavern or inn, and it looks like the only place that has any torchlight. And as you are rolling into it, you also notice that this village has a strange amount of light to it. You notice that the fungus everywhere in this village has a soft bioluminescence glow to it. And it looks like it has basically replaced it has been grown in a way to provide natural lighting throughout the village. It looks like it was purposely brought and grown.
This is cool.
This fungus, is it kind of like how the one that was in the cave that we came out of, or is it a bit different? Originally, when we were,
It's a bit different.
I'm just look at Cecil and be like, hey, did your town have cool stuff like this to survive?
Cecil's still looking at his notes, trying to figure out, alright, if we advertise it here and say these kinds of words, maybe we could sell for this much. And then talking to himself about how to sell that wine.
In other words, he did not hear you.
I'm just happy to see my buddy happy.
That is the most Cecil thing. I think it's amazing. That is. So the horses come to a gentle stop. You guys walk into the village. Do you guys walk around? What do you guys do?
So we walk into the village. Is how many is it like a bunch of buildings? Or is there only like 10 or 12 buildings or something like that? Or is it like almost how large is it?
It's a small to medium-sized village, so maybe 10 to 20 if you were just kind of taking a quick glance, and that's at the centralized buildings that are all kind of within walking distance of each other.
Is it considered nighttime right now, or is it considered daytime right now?
I would say probably nighttime by the time you guys get there.
Okay.
It would obviously cycle, but I'd say you would probably arrive there at night, closer to what goes for night. I mean, I can go ahead and change because if you guys learn the name, it's not that big of a deal. So obviously less lighting. This is kind of just to set the tone. But you can think about it about this size, but one large building in the center and a bunch of smaller houses that are not torch lit.
Do we?
Didn't have a name.
I'm gonna look to Cleo and say, do you hear or smell anything?
Do I have to check for anything like
No.
perception or something?
You don't. I was just giving you an opportunity if you wanted to say you went ahead and did that, but if you want me to assume you did, you don't smell anything out of the ordinary.
I don't. No. I don't smell anything. I'm telling Alice this. Yeah.
Yep. Alice is going to do a look around and see if she notices anything weird, or out of place, or something like that. I don't know if you want me to roll for it, or just assume that there's nothing weird going on.
As far as you can tell, there's nothing weird going on, but are you guys walking through the village right now, or are you kind of just outside looking around?
Alice is kind of starting to walk in and start working towards the building in the middle.
Okay. As you walk and get closer to the building, you hear what sounds like strange whispers on the wind every once in a while, but you can't tell if it's your imagination and just the wind blowing, or if you actually heard whispers.
Or it's in my head.
I'm honestly just gonna walk right into the town.
Yeah.
You're just gonna walk through the tavern doors?
Yep.
It's a tavern.
Everyone's gonna walk in the tavern, I assume.
I assume Cecil and I are first in.
Cecil walks in, still looking at his book, and then sort of looks up and is like, "Ugh, what the fuck did we get here?"
So, as you guys enter the tavern, as you're walking, you see Sorry, mad. I wrote the name down and it didn't say, so I have to look at my physical notes.
Ooh,
Makes me sad when it does. You see that the tavern is called the Sunless Tankard.
oof.
So as you walk in, you notice that what you thought were maybe torchlights actually aren't torchlights. Kind of running up and along the windows is basically a yellow version of that fungus / moss. And you notice that the inn itself is really dim, and it is using that glowing fungus as its main source of light, just like outside. And you notice quite a mixture of things going on. It looks like the first floor of this has basically been reconstructed and changed to be a community gathering place. So there's tables set aside for people drinking and having a good time. There's people dancing and some music playing. There is a group of drunk guards. To your left as you enter, you hear them grumbling and talking about random stuff and occasionally joining in on the singing. You spot across the way a drow, so a dark elf, sitting by themselves, kind of keeping a watchful eye on the crowd and paying special attention to the guards. And you just see villagers spread out, and it looks like a mixture of gray dwarfs, drow, and what looks like deep gnomes. And as you kind of take all of that in, a dwarf with ashen skin walks up to you, and he says, how did you guys find your way here?
Magical little carriage thing. The horses just took us, so I don't know, magical or just random horses, I don't know. But we got here, and it's a tavern, and I'm so freaking happy. Also, can I look around and, do I know that they're not from around here? Would Lilith know that these are Underdark folk?
I'm trying to think about Lilitu's history.
Same question for Alice as well, by the way.
I can do a history check. I mean, I am a bard.
I think while
You
they're
guys can-
talking, Cecil would have already flagged down a waitress or, tavern maid and then gotten drinks.
Yeah, I think all three of you guys, as part of the reliquaries, would know of at least the humanoid species that commonly interact with humans. I could see the reliquaries often trading powerful artifacts with them, but not ever going into the Underdark.
Okay, and then I'm also going to be like, I don't really meet Underdark people.
And you see he goes kind of somber, and then he said, yeah, sadly it's not our choice to be out here. We still wish with a heavy heart that we were in our homeland.
Something happened in the Underdark?
And he's just looks at you and he's like, oh yeah, sorry, not from the Underdark. Most people probably don't care. There is a new I guess, species that has basically come out of nowhere and driven and killed everything that they could and conquered the Underdark. We are some of the lone survivors.
Alice is gonna look at him and say, "We are here to investigate that species, as we seem to know nothing about them."
Once Lilitu doesn't have a joke, and I'm just gonna tap his hand and be like, "I'm so sorry."
What was that, Cleo?
Pale creatures?
Yeah.
Are you asking the person in character?
Yeah. It's just like a thing that like pops out of her mouth, just kind of like just because she thought about like what was said by our like apostle dwarf and the captive that we had, saying that Underdark, but not something that smells like you, but
Yeah. So
Yes. So
she's asking again.
He says, yes. Kind of got some horns you've never seen before. They all vary in size on the top of their heads. Long white hair, typically very tall, skinny, and pale. Fight like hell.
Sorry, you're describing David's OC.
I have lore I'm taking this from. That was to you, Cleo.
at least it gives us a description.
Not horns like that. I can try and find a picture, but I don't want to give one for Why am I doing that on this machine? I can't send it in alchemy on here. Sorry, I was trying to get a picture of the horns. Because they are very hard to put into words, I'm not going to lie. Were you saying something, Cleo?
Not just that at least gives us a description of them, since we were kind of going off of just pale creatures, right?
You said they came from the Underdark?
As far as we know, they kind of showed up and started conquering settlement by settlement, city by city, eating those they captured.
Do you know if they speak languages?
Underdark for sure, and common as far as we know.
Is there anyone here who would know more about them?
He says, we did have someone who was doing a lot of research into it, and that was the previous guard captain.
What do you mean? Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I thought
so you can tell.
You're good. I was gonna ask a question about that.
Sorry, I was doing two things at once. I was trying to get you guys a big picture and narrate, and it did not turn out well. I'll do this picture thing later. Sorry.
You said previous guard.
He says, the previous guard captain Bellarit was doing a lot of investigation before we left the Underdark. He fought them quite a bit, but he was sadly taken away, and he kind of leans into just, you guys can hear us. He was the first victim. We have had a string of people been going missing around here.
Is the entrance to your former Underdark settlement near here?
He says, no.
Where
We got as far away as we can.
People are going missing in this town.
He looks at you and he says, yes, that is actually why we're all in this building. We all sleep upstairs, and we all hang out the nights down here in the downtime. In the day, when we need to do stuff, we stick to groups of 4. Anything less than that, and there's a chance that you might go missing and never come back.
Has anyone gone missing recently?
He said, there was an attempt by something or someone, don't really know. I saved a wife and her child, but since I took over the position, no. And as he says that, you can see the drow that's kind of in the background that's been kind of watching everyone instantly roll her eyes.
Alice is going to...
I'm just drinking with Cecil.
Alice is going... Are they close, or like they are on the other side of the room?
They're on the other side of the room, but they are what they look to be a loner. They are not sitting by anyone, and no one is approaching them.
Sorry.
She rolled her
Out
eyes
of
to what the
character.
dwarf said. Alright, go ahead, Mimi.
Out of character. Did this... It's a dwarf, right? Did this dwarf, like, introduce himself as what he was? Or do we just assume that he's the new guard captain or something?
He did not. You had no information until he said the previous guard captain, but I don't think he has mentioned if he is the new one or not. Oh no, he did. He said since I took over.
But what that's broad. I'm just gonna ask, like, what took over is what?
Yes, he was referring to the becoming the new guard captain. Sorry.
Alice is going to say the drow seems to have questions about that. Or seems to have questions about that.
He looked over and he says, "Oh yeah, that's Misra. She got fired. I'm the one who replaced her, so she's probably not the biggest fan of me." She was Bellarit's replacement. Also, I know Cecil and Lilith, you like to drink. Did you guys join a table or a group of people, or are you guys just standing there?
Yeah, Cecil
I was
already
thinking-
grabbed some drinks.
Yeah. But I flagged down a tavern maid and then just grabbed some, and then we're just drinking while listening in.
Are
Just
you,
making sure.
you listening?
Can you repeat the previous guard captain's name and then the droll's name that
Yes,
you mentioned?
I will. Yes, I will also type it. I'm gonna put missing previous. And
I hate
will
that I
do.
put up my hand again.
Wait, that you what?
Put up my hand again, like, get like a kid in class.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys have not asked the current guy who's talking to your name, and he has not given you his name yet. And so, hired.
The drawl, yeah,
And-
the one that you mentioned.
Yeah. I gotta make sure I spell my own names right. I typed too quick. Not a T. Fire Captain Drow. Yeah, makes total sense. That was supposed to be a D. Fired.
Close enough. Do you know where these people were being taken to, or were there any witnesses?
He looks around. Just the girl and her mom that I saved are the only surviving witnesses so far. And in terms of if they're still alive, we just have assumed from our experience in this overworld, what's become of it, that they are dead. We have never found any bodies.
What is your name, by the way?
He goes, "Oh, my apologies. I am Davlin, and who are you, lovely people?"
I just wave my hand vigorously from the table. I'm Lila too.
He bends over and holds out his hand to shake yours, and he says, "Hello, Lilitu."
I take his finger and shake.
He just chuckles.
This is Cecil. He's very focused. We have an object of interest, and he's trying to maximize us selling it.
He looks at you and he kind of raises an eyebrow and he says, "Businessman, huh?"
I'm gonna tap Cecil and be like, buddy, you're being talked to.
Cecil just sort of like gets a little bit startled. Like, what? Who's talking?
He just chuckles and he says, "Your little friend here said you're a businessman."
Well, he is
Cecil's-
talking. Sorry.
Cecil says, yes. We have an object of interest that we procured in the ruins not too long ago that we wish to make sure that we get our fair share of. Let's just say.
He just looks at you and he's like, "If you want my advice, I would trade it for something. Don't know what your object is, but money doesn't always go as far in every place you go to." What were you saying, Alice?
Well,
And you can.
While they
Go
are
ahead.
talking about their little business thing, I want to go to Misra and try to sneak over there.
Okay. Yeah, so you just break away and start walking. Cleo, did you want to stay and listen to the current conversation? Go see if you can talk to guards or listen or just follow Alice or anything?
No, I want kind of, because the guards are the only one that was the only group that was like talking, right, actively.
Correct. Yeah, there's a group of villagers at another table close by, and then of course there are people kind of dancing and playing instruments in the middle of the floor.
Can I like take a seat anywhere? Like, do I have to, if I want to like perk up my ears and see if I can like listen from a slight distance, do I have to like do perception check or something, or as a cat?
So for now, I would say you can walk and kind of lean against a wooden support struct and cross your arms and kind of just casually start listening. And then I will resolve that here in a second. I just want to make sure that Cecil, I think I might have cut him off when he was saying something. So
No, I was just gonna say I'll make a note of that. But also under the Alabaster name, I'm sure I could do just fine.
the dwarf just stares at you.
Yeah. That's what I assume. I'm just like, it's the situation where it's just like last names mean nothing elsewhere aside from the town he's from. He doesn't realize that.
He just says, "Sounds good." And he turns to walk away and he says, "If you guys need anything, feel free to find me." And he heads out the doors.
I'm just yanking Cleo.
Cecil, being sort of inebriated, sort of nudges over to Lilitu and says, "You know, they said in groups of 4 it's safe. What if we just went on as 3? We want to figure out what's happening, right?"
Wait, and that's when I look around. With Alice, we're 4.
Yeah, someone stays behind.
You know what, buddy? I'll go wherever you want.
And then he just continues drinking.
So you guys are just kind of standing there near the entrance, drinking and watching. Is that what I'm picking up?
Yeah.
I'm hanging with Cecil.
All right. So for Leo here, as you're kind of listening in and trying to hear pieces of a conversation, you hear It sounds like some rumors drifting over a bit from the guards talking about how bad the attacks were under the previous captain. You hear them talking positively about Davlin, and you also hear some villagers whispering nervously about how the forest clearing is cursed and that they can't wait for the day that no one goes near it. And you also hear another villager quietly mourning and saying, mourning. Why is mourning there? I can't spell. Typo with autocorrect is terrible. Mumbling quietly about how the village hasn't had a person go missing since Torel. So that will resolve kind of all the rumors you hear. If you need me to repeat any of them or send them in chat, I can.
Yeah, summarizing rumors about how bad things were, now they're better, and the forest. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then Alice, as you walk over to the elf at the table, the dark elf at the table, she kind of raises her eyebrow and she watches you approach with a high level of distrust and skepticism.
Do I notice that?
Yes, you would notice that she is not necessarily hostile, but she is untrusting, especially of strangers.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at her and say, "So you are the former guard captain, Mistra."
She goes, "Yep, that'd be me, in all my glory."
I'm gonna tell her we're here looking for information about the pale creatures, as they were seen in the capital city as well.
And she says, "Don't know nothing about any capital cities, but we have not had an attack from those creatures in a long time."
But you have thoughts.
We have what?
But you have thoughts about it.
I have thoughts about fighting them.
No, as in you have thought. Are they not the ones stealing? Are they not the ones kidnapping people?
She looks to you. She's like, "Oh, so our glorious captain told you that people are going missing?"
That is what he said, but I do not know everything.
She says, "There is no evidence. It is our fine-pelled friends. They would just ransack the whole village as a group, eat everyone here, and move on. I think we have a murderer among us personally."
Alice is gonna think, and based off of what she knows about these creatures, does she think she's gonna think that that's fairly accurate, because they did seem to ransack villages in the Underdark, according to the dwarf.
And you also would remember the aftermath of what you assume those creatures were involved in, and it looked very similar.
Yeah. Alice is going to take a seat, and she's going to tell her, "You are correct. I am, with that information, I am thinking, sorry, my words are messing up. In my other experiences with them as well, they often would ransack and form large areas where they would get rid of their bodies, but we have seen them trying to kidnap people as well, as they tried to with a friend of ours."
And she frowns and she says, "Kidnapping? That's not something they do.
But I have seen
That is a first. Why did they kidnap that person?"
We do not know. But we stopped them and killed them before they could.
She puts her finger to her lip and she says, that's interesting. But yeah, still think this is a local issue. And she leans in and she says, all right, so the Bellarit didn't go missing. I found his body in the forest clearing, but when I went to go get help, the body was gone by the time I got back, and he had definitely been stabbed multiple times.
Did it look like he was in a fight, or was he stabbed in the back?
He says everything looked like an ambush. He was not prepared at all.
Do you have suspects?
She looks around and she says, currently no. And I have a hard time getting any information because everyone sees me as a failure and a little too harsh when I was doing my investigation. Up until as soon I got the job right after he disappeared, and she puts that in air quotes, and the attacks increased significantly. Starting at the forest clearings when people were getting water or bathing and cleaning clothes, and then they started spreading out. And I thought I was getting onto a pattern. And shortly after that, I got fired. And then our friend Davlin took the job, and there were very few attacks since he took over and instituted his new rules, and he managed to save one group of people, and it's been oddly quiet.
Do you think the murderer is somebody inside the village, or is it an outside conspirator?
She looks around. From our village, 100%. They seem to know too much and can navigate this place too well.
Is there anywhere in the village that you looked into where they could store the people they kidnapped?
I was trying to search house by house, but the people were not up for that. But if I had to guess, we probably would have smelled something by now, or someone would have smelled something by now. I'm going to assume if someone's storing bodies, it's nowhere near or in the village where it could be smelt or accidentally stumbled upon.
So somewhere near the forest clearing.
Said that's where it all started. That's where I found the first body, so that's my guess.
We were sent here to investigate the village due to the pale creatures and rumors, but I fear that we'll have to look into this as well. Would you be willing to help us assist in this investigation further with our party?
He says, yes, I would. My first advice would be to check the clearing and come to your own conclusions at the clearing. And depending on what you find there, I will potentially give you another piece of information. I have to make sure you guys aren't showing suspicion, and I cannot join you myself, as that would draw suspicion.
That would be fine. I will take my party and investigate the clearing. Where is this clearing at?
She says, just keep walking back through the village. Took a left, and then there's a small path through the trees, all lit by our fungus and moss, and it will open up to a natural spring that is surrounded by trees on all sides. And then that little clearing where it opens up is where we get our water and wash and clean our clothes.
Okay, thank you. And then Alice is gonna finish with saying, I will investigate and return upon soon. And she's going.
It gives you. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say she gives you a slight nod and then goes back to watching everyone like talk.
Alice is going to get up and see where the rest of her party is.
All right. While you do that, Cecil, Lilith, did you guys do anything while Alice was talking?
Drink.
Just drink?
I probably got up with the band at some point and did a performance.
Probably played a little bit of Dragon Chess while it was happening too.
All right. The locals are enjoying their time with you guys.
Of course, we're delightful.
And Cleo, you were listening the whole time. That's where you picked up those rumors at the same time Cleo was talking. Is there anything else you wanted to do while Alice is walking back to the other two?
No, I just watch her walk back, wondering what she found out through that previous guard captain.
Okay. Do you follow her back to the group, or are you kind of standing at your post there?
I think I'm dancing with a local when I yell over to Cecil. I'm like, we should just stay in a place like this.
They're all staying here anyways. Why don't we just stay here?
I was leaning against the pillar, like close to the door, right?
Yeah, you just went to the nearest one that was kind of out of the walkway as people were walking back and forth, and you could kind of hear everything at the tables.
Yeah, I would probably just stay standing there until they come over, because they have to go outside anyway.
Okay. So Alice is walking back. You see the Cecil having a good time playing dragon chess. You're not sure with who. Looks like a random guard, and Lilitu is up playing the instruments, floating with her little wings.
No, I'm not Ida. I'm Lilitu. No wings.
Does Lilitu not have wings?
No, Lilith has the tail.
Don't
Just
talk
the
about my
tail?
tail.
Your tail.
Hide the tail.
So, do you guys go meet up at Cleo, or just see Alice walking and meet up with her, or are you making Alice come to both of you guys?
If they are all near the door, Alice is gonna start just heading towards the door.
Oh, we're not. Cecil and I are like deep in the cavern. I'm playing my fiddle and dancing with a local.
But Mimi is near the door, or Cleo's near the door.
Probably
Yes.
dancing with a deep gnome because he's my height.
Alice is
Yes, Cleo is by the door.
Alice is going to go near Cleo, and just say things are not what they seem here. And is going to say we have a new place to investigate. And she's kind of just Alice is going to kind of just go outside and look around, like look around the building, not start wandering off.
Okay, Cleo, are you following?
No. I walk over, I call Lilitu. Call out to Lilitu.
Oh, are we leaving? I like this place. Cecil, grab extra drinks.
But what if we split off 2-2? Then we don't fit the 4. As he
Wait,
grabs drinks.
I
like,
hear
is it
I hear
safe to
Cecil
do
say this,
2-2?
and I sigh, and I just walk out.
You can't leave Cleo with Alice.
3-1, I can continue drinking.
Oh yeah, we can continue drinking. Grab enough booze for the walk.
That's not what I... fine.
Heck, we'll come back. Come on, I like these guys. There's people my height around here.
And then he just lugs has his arms full of just booze, like bottles, and then just sort of walks out.
Besides, do you like being the only human?
As long as I can drink. When you're drunk enough, everyone's the same.
You should try to drunk challenge a dwarf. You'll be blacked out before, 10 minutes.
Where is my cat?
So you all four are step outside the doors. Alice is having a close look around. It sounded like the building. Do you guys look with her for a bit, and what do you do next?
I'm just gonna be like,
Go ahead.
what are you looking at? You looking for? We were having a great time. This place is great.
Once Alice sees everyone's gathered, she's gonna say, we're gonna go look at where the kidnapping started, and she's gonna start going towards behind the building, towards that path that Nisra has said.
We're going back to work already? And I just flop on the ground.
Can I like
Cecil
before
pour a
Alice
drink.
wanders off, can I like grab her arm or something to stop her from walking away and ask her like, I kind of ask Alice like, what did you hear? Like, why are we going this way?
I talked with the former guard cap. I'm gonna say let's get further away and we can discuss.
I grab my heart like
Let her
like
go.
it hurts, and I put my hand up into the sky and I go, Cecil, I'm too sober to go back to work. Quick, help me.
Cecil sort of is like baby pacifying a bottle, like drinking, and then looks down at her, and then looks at his arms full of liquor, and then looks at her as like shrugs.
One bottle is enough. I'm small.
And then he sort of like squats down and then shimmies over and then uses his right hand to grab her and then just stand up and just walks along with her.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alright, Cleo, were you saying something?
Oh no, I let Alice go and follow her.
Okay. You guys walk a couple of houses along the path, staying relatively close but out of earshot. And I assume Alice is going to take the time to tell you now what she has learned.
I talked with the former guard captain, and we discussed how the pale creatures act as they tend to attack villages and eat everything and ransack. They do not kidnap. She believes that this is a kidnap murder happening from someone within inside the village, and I am leaning towards agreeing with her, as we have seen how the creatures acted at the fortress town when we had first arrived here in this time period.
The dwarf, I think he was a dwarf, Davlin, is suspicious.
He thinks that it's the creatures kidnapping, which is why I wanted to get further away before discussing.
Chugging my bottle, look at Cecil. When the fuck did we meet all these people?
Time is funny.
Cecil still like baby bottling the bottle with his arms full, just like going because he can't talk because his mouth's full.
So as you guys walk along this path, you take the left as described by Misra, and you walk through a pretty dense forest along a path lined with this glowing bioluminescent fungus, and you see that just enough has been cleared out without disturbing the environment for you guys to walk in a single file line. And as you reach the clearing, it is a crystal clear natural spring. Nothing immediately seems to stick out as out of the ordinary. It's kind of it's a semicircle little clearing. Some stumps have been placed for seating, and there are footprints all around. But you notice there are some more than you would expect near the clearings, like the edges of the clearing, for how scared people are.
Alice, once we get to the clearing, Alice is gonna say the kidnapping started here. And the former guard captain also said that her predecessor was ambushed here rather than him being killed by the pale creatures. And then Alice sees the water itself in the clearing. You said it's crystal clear, so we can see the bottom, correct?
Yeah.
How deep is it?
It's a shallow, natural fed kind of spring, so you could see 8 feet to 10 feet probably. Nothing crazy. Little watering hole.
Oh my gosh, it's freaking cat. Sorry, my cat jumped in the trash. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's a watering hole.
It's a water.
That's one way to think about it.
Also, it was. I don't think it was ever said that the former guard captain was killed, just kidnapped and gone missing.
So Alice learned that he had some sort of stab wounds, and it looked like from an ambush, so from a weapon of some kind when she was talking to the previous guard captain. That initially replaced the one that went missing, and then she got fired. So she talked to the one that got fired.
She was investigating where the people kidnapped could be and what was happening before she was fired and replaced. But I do agree with her that she was probably on the right track based off of what we know. And so as Alice is saying that, after looking in the water and seeing it's basically a watering hole, she's going to go start, after where you described the footprint, she's going to start walking towards the edge of the clearing to kind of just see if she can look deeper in and just kind of walk along the entire thing till she sees something, or if she sees something. Do I need to roll an investigation check?
Yep, give me an investigation check. Does anyone else want to look at anything?
Can I smell or hear anything?
Okay, I will take care of that here in a second. So yeah, roll me a perception check, Leo.
And I'm going to use knowledge or past life for that, so I'm going to add a d6 to that.
I'll go ahead and let this d6 roll.
So it would be a 15.
15. Okay. I will do Cleo's first since hers is the latest, technically. So you were trying to smell or hear anything, Cleo. You do smell something kind of a little musky, so kind of like what you would think you're assuming is some sort of creature. And you hear a strange whisper on the wind, and it sounds like it's almost mourning a bit, and it's saying, "I'm sorry," in a very low whisper. And then you think you can just make out the beginning of like a name, and it sounds like it's saying Dav. And then for you, Alice, you notice that the footsteps lead to a hidden trail.
Can I figure out where the sound is coming from? Like this whisper? Or is that just...
You know what?
Can I
Is there a
figure out where it's
check
coming
you wanna
from and
do
like
for
go
it?
towards it?
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm asking you if there's a particular check if you want to do. If you don't have one in mind, I will find one for you. I was just giving you the opportunity if you wanted to try something.
Like, that would still be perception now? Right? Or is that something else?
I am double checking for you because I'm debating on just going ahead and including that in your. You know what? Just give me another perception check. Yeah, we'll go with that. This is a very tricky one to answer, so another good roll. It's not coming from in front of you or the ground. It seems to be coming off the air from the tops of the trees.
Tops of a tree.
So Cecil, Lilitude, do you guys want to look at anything or do anything while they were doing those two things?
Can I aid Cleo's checks? Whatever Cleo's wanting to check. And I'm just searching with her, so just aid her checks.
Yeah, she can roll for both of them one more time. She can roll 2 more perception checks. We'll take the highest.
Me? Or her?
You.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, it looks like your original rolls were actually the better rolls.
Oh, sorry, I'm a little drunk. I'm trying. I'm a bit drunk.
Are the trees thick enough for like me, like a tabaxi, to climb up?
Yeah, you could definitely climb one. They're pretty solid
Climb
trees.
up and look around.
Okay. And just while you do that real quick, Cecil, I heard you say something. Did you want to do something?
I think Cecil would have just noticed that there was a pause for them to look around, so he would be unloading the bottles that are still in his arms, right, into his bag, and then just doing like a casual look around to see like what's everyone looking for. So maybe he does notice something.
Okay. Yeah. So you just kind of passively looking is what you're saying?
Yeah. So should I do a perception check as well?
Yeah, let me check and make sure. Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception. I thought that was going to be a 20 there for a second. I was about to be, God damn. Drunk Cecil goes hard. You notice, looks like you see Alice following a pair of footprints. And you notice that there was another set that looked like they were pacing back and forth where she's walking. And you notice on the ground that there is a little booklet. Do you want to pick it up?
Yeah, I think Cecil would walk over, pick it up, and just look front cover and back cover like a couple of times. You're like, huh. Hey, I think I got something here. You guys want to take a look? And then doesn't like look at it further because he doesn't know what they're looking for because he was drunk. And then just like casually tosses it over to like Alice if she's within range.
Alice is gonna try to catch it.
You would catch it, no problem. And if you didn't catch it, it would be right at your feet. So you're all good.
Alice will take a look at it and start looking at the cover, see if there's anything on it, and then flip through the first few pages.
So you can see it has the name Misra on the front page. And it looks like it's her logbook from when she was doing patrols. It looks like the last entry is about finding the body.
Why would she
and
do this?
You do also see right under the log about the body, you see there's one line that says witness underlined. Okay. And then for you, Cleo, as you are climbing the tree, when you get up, I would say about halfway where the eyes can't really see, from where normal eyes would not be able to see, you hear a faint rustling sound and something sounds like it jumps from the tree. And you notice in front of your face something strange. You notice what appears like claw markings. You're expecting maybe a marking sign or something, like something was running its claws against the tree. But it actually, as you take a closer look, you realize it is animal claws, and it's carved in a name repeatedly down the tree from, it looks like, the top, and it just says Davlin, 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 Davlin all the way down in claw marks. All right, what do you guys do next? I believe that's everyone resolved.
Wrestling and something jumping from a tree. But I know which direction.
You might have a guess, but most likely not. The tree shook a little bit, and I'd say you'd be too focused on the scratch marks you found after.
Can I keep going up?
You can keep going up. As you get to the top of the tree, you can see what looks like But yes, it came from your tree. Some sort of winged creature in the distance flying to the other side of the village, along the forest edge.
Slapping my cheeks, trying to soak.
I see that and I jump down with kind of like a type of urgency. What are they doing
You
at this
land.
point?
Yeah, you land gracefully. You see Alice standing off and looks like a trail, maybe, or something. No one you didn't see when you initially entered, and she has a small booklet in her hand that she looked like she opened to it. She only got a certain like distance in, and she's kind of thinking. You see Cecil, I assume, just drinking and sitting down where he found the booklet, and Lila too is slapping her cheeks, trying to sober up.
Just a little. I don't want to be fully sober, but like, did not help you search.
I just saw a winged creature fly off.
Alice is going to perk up, and she's gonna say, "Can you describe it?"
I'm gonna stop slapping my cheeks and be like, say what now?
No, it was too quick. It left before I could figure out what it was. It flew to the other end, to the other side of the village, and I think it was mourning Davlin.
Devlin's alive. Devlin's the guard captain.
Yeah, but she was the one that was in a that Aaron said in a. Right, you guys don't hear that. I heard a voice say from the top of the tree, "I'm sorry, Davlin." And his name is etched into the tree.
What do you mean etched into the tree?
Can I call her over with like a gesture. I'm like, I can show you.
Show me.
Do you walk over to me?
I do.
I pick you up and like climb back to like around where I saw the markings. Because Alice is also small.
Well, I'm medium, but
That's perfectly fine.
Can I?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Can I investigate? But I'm gonna see all the markings and stuff up there. Correct? It's all over the tree.
Yes. So, what kind of check do you want to do? You are welcome to propose a new check.
Was it done like with claws, or like a knife or something like that? And if I have can try to figure out what this is.
Can I just tell her?
Yeah. So Cleo is. It looks like the Cleo claws, and so that was the assumption she made.
Okay.
Animal claws.
Yeah, Cleo, especially being a tabaxi and probably familiar, thought they initially were marking signs like large cats do or bears do in territory because they look like obvious claw marks to her.
The creature that you saw fly off, did you happen to see what color it was or if it was wearing clothing?
Would I have been able to see that? Out of character. Would I have been able to see that?
No, you would have just seen a relatively large wingspan. Yeah, and a dark figure. The closest thing you would have seen from your perspective is either a large bat or a large bird, basically, when you saw it and how far away it was.
Was there any chance of me knowing any type of creature that is intelligent to start carving names in like this and have a large wingspan and could fly? I'm assuming and would be humanoid, I would assume. Or do I
you don't know if it's humanoid.
Okay.
But based on the little information there's not enough to determine what it could be, based on your knowledge.
It seems keenly interested in the guard captain. And Alice is gonna say, "Let's go down."
I jump down.
When you guys get down there, I'm gonna be like, so, like, yeah, still a little drunk, but like, either this thing's gonna do something to the guard captain, or that's not the guard captain.
Either way, the guard captain.
It almost sounded like it was morning.
The guard captain is suspicious.
Hey, you think changelings survived this apocalypse?
What? Changelings.
I can't walk. Cecil, are you sober enough to walk?
I was gonna say there's a clearing over here with footsteps
Cecil
leading towards it.
stands up and immediately falls down. And then sort of just like while lying down just gives a thumbs up.
Walk over and grab his thumbs up hand and like heave with all my might to try to drag him across the ground. I'm also gonna roll a strength to see how far I get.
Is he near the water?
But we gotta go. We're supposed to. And as I do it, I fall over.
They're both on the ground now. He is a little a ways from the water, not too far.
Alice is gonna pull on him and get him to his, go behind, like grab him from like the back of his cuff, and she's going to kind of like just pull him along towards the water, if she can. Do I need to roll a strength check? Not like drag him, but like kind of make him crawl that direction.
No, you don't need to roll a strength check.
And then when we get to it, I'm going to push him in the water. I'm going to push his face in the water.
Cleo, are you just watching this?
She's finally snapped. Cleo, she's waterboarding my best friend. And I'm gonna run over.
I just pick up a little too as she tries to run over.
And then after like 5 seconds, I'm gonna pull him out, pull his face out of the water. And I'm gonna say, "Are you awake now?" I'm gonna push him. He's going back in. 5 more seconds.
You just letting it happen, Cecil.
So I imagine this happening like 2 or 3 times, and then he finally goes like, I'm good.
Right.
And then like sort of barfs like into the river, so that like it flows away, and then he gets up because he's like got most of it out of the system.
All right. Sounds good. That's what happens.
Alice gonna let
Cleo
him go.
scrunches her nose in disgust.
Alice gonna look at Lil too and say, "Do you need the same?"
Oh, I can function drunk.
Right, then let's go. And then Alice is gonna start walking towards that clearing, that pathway.
I'm gonna grab Cleo right close up to the shirt and pull forward and whisper, "Don't let her waterboard me."
I gently pat her back and start walking.
Alright, as you guys follow this trail, it's obvious this is a trail from use, or like repeated use. It is not one that was hand carved or anything. Someone chose the path of least resistance and has made this travel several times, so it's flattened and broken enough of the branches that you are now following this path. As you step out of this path, you realize you are you can see the village a little bit in the distance. It's still within a walk, obviously. You could run there very quickly if you need to, but you are very isolated. And you notice that there is a small ramshackle shack that looks like it's barely held together. What do you do?
Is there any window in the shack, or is it just all 4 walls and a door? And how big is it?
It looks like it's just big enough for maybe a hearth and a table, or a hearth and a bed. Like 1 room, maybe 1.5. It looks very thrown together. Probably was a shed before it was converted, because there is a window, so there is a door and window, so you can assume someone was using it for something.
Are there footprints around it, or are they all going to the door, or anywhere else?
Yes, there are some footprints around it. It looks like someone regularly walks around it and does stuff. Looks like there is a small mushroom farm of some kind. You're not familiar. You're assuming they're from the Underdark.
Alice is going to do a once around the house, and she wants to peek in the window. But unless somebody else wants to do something first.
Cleo with anything she needs.
Would Alice be able to peek into the window?
I'm not that sure.
Yeah, I think so.
I drew us once with the Cannon
Was
Heights
in the
that
old
you
server.
provided.
Yep.
Very
Was in the
short.
old server.
Alice
You're like
is-
you're like twice like a little two size.
Well, yeah, Alice is 4'8". Hold on, let me pull it up in the chat.
Alice is on her tiptoes, peeking in the window.
4'8", yep.
So
Then no.
as you look, oh, sorry, what was that?
Then no, I don't do anything. I was gonna look into the window, but
I mean, you're welcome to look in the window beside Alice if you would like.
yeah, then I do that. I'm kind of little too kind of gets to see too with her drunkenness in my arms.
Yeah, but as you get close to Alice, I kind of like lean away. Pardon me.
You see a simple room. There is a hearth. It is not lit. A fireplace, I guess, would be a better description. It's very small. There's a small table with a single chair and a single bed. It looks like in the bed there is a sleeping deep gnome. He is small. He's got gray skin and he's got thinning, wispy white hair.
Alice is gonna back away. She's gonna say waking him up will probably piss him off, and we won't get any answers. But he's out here alone, so that makes him suspicious. And then if I walk, do I see anything when I walk around the house, or is it just the shack and the farm? Or do I
Nope,
see...
it's just his.
Go ahead.
Nope, you don't see anything.
Okay.
It's just a tiny little mushroom farm. It's kind of like an old trough tray that's been repurposed to grow mushrooms. And then just his little shack.
Alice is thinking, and she's deciding between whether or not waking him up or going back and getting or going to Mistra. And then I don't know what the rest of the party is doing.
I'm gonna look at Cleo and be like, what are we doing here again?
Investigating.
Okay, I will help you investigate. What am I looking for again?
I like pat her head. Don't worry your little head about it right now.
Alice is deciding.
Cecil, are you doing anything?
She's just chilling, drinking water, trying to sober up.
All right, Alice, you guys
Alice.
doing anything?
Alice has decided that she figures it's probably best to wake the dwarf up, or the gnome up, and she is going to go to the door and she's going to knock on it.
Okay, you hear shuffling, and as you're standing at the door, Cleo, you notice a pair of dark eyes. So they look black and they're very round, almost pitch black.
Sorry. Can you repeat that? I think you cut off a bit.
Yeah. Sorry. As she's standing at the door, you see in the window you were just checking a pair of big black eyes kind of slowly peeking over the window frame to see who's there.
Is the gnome still in the bed? Because he was in the bed that she was looking at.
So you heard him, you assume it was him, you heard, I thought she left the window because she patted Lilitu.
Oh, I thought she was
I guess
still...
Lilitu was at the window, so that might be my bad.
I thought Lilitu went, as soon as I moved away, that Lilitu went into Cleo at the window.
No, I've been holding Lilith the whole time.
Oh, okay.
I just assume when Alice went to knock to the door, you quit looking through the window. But if that's not the case, feel free to say so.
I'm on.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like as I look over and see Cecil with his water, that he has water, and so I walk over and snatch it and give it to Lilith.
Okay. So you were not at the window at all. Okay, perfect.
Is
Alice.
Cleo the only one that sees him peeking, or do all of us see him peeking?
I think Cleo might have saw him out of the corner of her eye when she walked over, but the other two are not paying any attention, so it'd just be you and Cleo.
Since you're standing at the door knocking, you wouldn't see him. The eye is through the window either.
That's fine.
You just hear a small squeaking, not small, but you hear kind of in a very timid manner, you hear, "Who's there?"
I'm going to say we're here. We're looking to investigate the kidnappings, and we did not know that anyone lived out here near the clearing. And so we have some questions.
You hear some shuffling, and you see the door slowly swing open, and he says, I don't have much space, but I think I'm okay talking to you guys. It doesn't look like you were followed.
I'm gonna prick up and be like, another gnome, and like try to scramble out of Cleo's arms.
I'm gonna tell him we can stay out. We can stand out the door if you'd rather have that.
He's just gonna say, "Oh, whatever's easiest," and he's just gonna step forward.
I'm gonna say, first thing I'm gonna ask him is, why do you live so far from the village?
He's gonna say, "My name is." Let me make sure I have this written down. And I said it earlier, and I'm having one of those tip of the tongue moments. I know it starts with a T, and I said it earlier. I am blinking on the name. I'm so mad. Torel. I don't know why I blinked on his name. He says, My name is Torel. I'm actually technically dead. Supposed to be dead anyway.
Well, that sounds like an interesting story.
What do you mean, Dad?
I was the last person to go missing when Misra was the guard captain. I survived an attack, but she didn't think that it was a monster or anything from outside the village, so she helped me pretend to go missing to see if anything would happen to me, and so we could investigate together.
I talked to Mistra, and she told me to come out here, investigate, and see if I learned anything, and come back and talk to her while we investigate. She is assisting in the we are assisting each other in the investigation.
Yeah, you see him kind of playing with his hands. They're kind of like together, and he's kind of nervously playing with them. He's like, yeah, if you were from the Underdark, I definitely would not have opened this door.
Have you learned anything while working with her before I go back and talk to her? And I'm also going to mention, does any of this investigation involve a creature with wings and claws?
So he's going to say, I don't know about a creature, but that might make sense. I have heard some strange sounds. I have heard some whispering, and I swear from the village, I've heard what sounds like cries, like small animal cries, but I've never heard the type before. I also saw someone following Belorit the night he went missing. Bellarit always volunteered to take the lone path through the clearing and around the village. And that night he went missing, I saw a dark figure following him, and then I heard what sounded like a whistle. And then next thing I know, Bellarat was never found again.
Did you tell this information to Mistra as well?
Yes.
The shadow that you saw, was it tall or short?
Short. A little taller than me, but not like elf tall.
Like a dwarf's height.
Did it have
And
wings?
yeah. No, not that I saw. You can say, I've been going back to the clearing every night to see if I can catch the person again, but the attacks, since I went into hiding, haven't really come back. And I do still occasionally hear the whistle, but it's never from the forest clearing. I have been meaning to work up the courage to sneak into the village and check out Bellarit's house. See if I can learn anything there. Maybe he was keeping a secret. I don't know where to go from here. I'm kind of out of options. I would really like to be back in the village.
It is probably not safe for you right now, as you are working with Mistra, but we are doing our best. We just got here and we are doing our best to investigate. But, hold on. Davlin seemed to think that it was the pale creatures involved in the kidnapping.
I say, yeah, Davlin definitely thinks it's some sort of creature. I don't know if he's mentioned the pale ones, but he's also mentioned maybe it's a creature that followed us from the Underdark. I don't know. It's all very weird.
That the pale ones were the ones that followed you from the But those were one and the same.
The pale ones tried to kill and eat and enslave everything in the Underdark. So they occasionally have been pushing out of the Underdark, but we had to fend them off when we finally settled on this abandoned village at the time. And kind of got established. They haven't been back around in a long time.
Do you have anything that you would like us to tell to Misra when we return to the village?
You see him thinking, and you can say, tell her that I lost her logbook at the clearing on accident.
I'm going to pull out a logbook and show him that I currently have it.
He's gonna be like, oh, good. I didn't want the wrong person finding that. I got spooked one night and dropped it when I was trying to take notes.
Would you like it returned to her, or do you need it back?
He says, I guess I can take it and keep going to the clearing, hoping to catch something.
I'm going to tell him, be careful of the trees. That is where our party member saw the winged creature and carvings in the tree from claws.
And he looked at you and he said, carvings? What do you mean carvings?
The creature I asked about appeared to have clawed Davlin's name into the tree. Many times.
You see him really perplexed. But why?
That is what we're trying to find out.
He just starts pacing, and you can tell he's just thinking. What do you guys do next as he's pacing? You can keep talking to him, or you can look to do something else.
Alice, he's pacing. She's gonna say, "Is there another piece of information you haven't told us related to Davlin?"
He's like, now that you mention it, I see Davlin break his own rule of 4 every once in a while. And a couple of nights I've seen him going to his house with like some unusual items in his hand.
What do you mean unusual items?
I think I see, it's hard to tell, but it looks like maybe extra rations. And I swear there was something shiny in his hand once, but it was hard to tell.
I like shiny, but guys, you don't think that maybe the winged thing is his like pet or something, do you?
It's possible, but he's definitely involved in whatever's happening. If he's needing extra rations, I think it's best we go back to the village and report to Mistra, and then investigate Belarus's house and see if he has any information on what was happening before so we know what we're walking into when we begin investigating.
But if the winged thing is his pet, then why was it apologizing to him?
We will find out when we see the creature again, because I'm sure...
That was kind of just something like Clea was talking to herself out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Not directed at anybody.
We know nothing about the creature yet, which is why it's best we learn as much as we can before we inevitably face down with it.
Okay, so what's your current plan to walk back to Misra at the inn?
Alice is gonna say it's best to the party after she's basically gonna tell him thank you for your information. I will. What was the information that he wanted us to tell to Misra?
Oh, he had lost her
Logbook. Okay.
logbook, but you gave it back to him.
Okay.
So now you don't have to tell her.
Okay. I'm gonna tell the party it's best we come back the way we came, in order to avoid suspicion going back to the village.
Okay. And as you are walking back through the forest, you hear the strange whispers on the wind again. You hear what sounds like a bit of sobbing, and you hear, "I couldn't save you. I'm sorry, Belorit." And then you just hear Davlin's name echoed several times over.
We all hear it this time? Not just Cleo? Okay. I'm just gonna like...
It's basically, it's on the wind, right? We don't hear it coming from a direction?
Correct.
Huh, I thought I was sobering up, but I swear I just heard some stuff.
Alice is going to click her tongue, and she's going to say, I believe we should hurry. She's going to pick up her pace a little bit and start going back to the village.
I'm gonna throw my hands up and wait to be picked up.
Yoinked.
I'm not picked up. This is gonna take so long.
Okay, so as that happens, you guys make your way quickly and quietly back to the inn. Misra has not left her table. Some of the patrons have went to bed. There are less people here, but it still seems like a bit of a party.
Alice
Oh,
is
thank
going to,
goodness.
when she goes in, she's not going to beeline for Misra. She's going to try to just wander between the tables and around until she makes her way to Misra.
Anyone else going to do anything?
So we're once again among our people.
Cecil goes to Lilith and then just holds his hand out and be like, water skin.
Is it with water?
Leo gave you my water skin, give it back.
Oh, hand it back.
And he just starts chugging. Ugh, the voices.
Cleo, do you do anything?
I wouldn't say mimic, but kind of like do similar what Alice is doing.
So you're
Get
kind of following
Misra.
Alice. to try and get okay, perfectly cool. You two make your way to Misra's table. She's still by herself. She looks around as you guys are approaching, and then she waves a little bit more frantically for you to come sit down.
She waves frantically for us to come sit down.
She's just like waving a bit faster. Like you see her looking around, and she's like waving a bit faster.
Okay.
So you can assume she's probably trying to keep it as discreet as possible.
So Alice is going to make her way over there quickly, and go and sit next to her.
She's gonna look at both of you, and she's gonna be like, "So, did you guys find out anything interesting?"
Quite a bit more than anticipated. And Alice is going to start with telling her about the footprints that we found leading back to. We're gonna first tell her is we met your helper, and I'm gonna try to say it quietly. And he needs to do a better job at hiding his footprints.
Yeah, she just sighs heavily, and she's like, "I told him not even to go out there in the first place, but he just really wants to help."
Yeah, well, that's not the most pressing issue. We also my party member, and I'm going to point to Cleo, caught glimpses of a winged creature in the trees, and it was carving Davlin's name with its claws, and appeared to also be whispering, apologizing for what happened to Bellarit, and constantly repeating Davlin's name.
She's just gonna scratch her head, and she's like, So, do we think the creature's involved somehow, or just coincidence?"
We do not know yet. Other things to report from your helper is Bellarit may have had information in his house that we would like to investigate, and Davlin appeared to be taking extra rations and some kind of shiny item to his own residence, and he is not following his own 4-person rule, which is...
She smirks and she says, "I was hoping you'd come to that conclusion. I can't bring any of this up for obvious reasons, because I'm just the jaded bitch that got fired, so no one listens to me anymore."
Cecil just goes, "Here, sister."
And she raises her glass to that, downs it.
This winged creature has me the most concerned, as we do not know what it is. Did Cleo tell us that it flew over the village? Or no?
Cleo told
No.
you guys that it stayed to the tree line on the outskirts.
I just said that it went to the other side of the village.
It flew on the outskirts of the village to the other side. And that appears to be the most pressing issue, is we do not know what it is or what it is capable of. But I believe Davlin to be extremely suspect, and we should investigate his quarter.
She's gonna be like, she nods, she says, "That makes sense. Good for you, good news for you. Also a little depressing, but you guys are welcome to go investigate anywhere you want. As being outsiders, you are not forced to stay here."
Our investigations may end up resulting in a fight, however, especially with this creature. So it is best to be prepared for what might come.
If you have to fight something, bring it into the center of the village. Even if someone is working with it, this is an issue that's going to plague us either now or take us apart one by one. So we can force the village to confront it, worst case.
That would be the best option. Have you?
She said, I have some guards loyal to me, so I can be ready to help.
Okay. Have you investigated Bellerit's quarters after his passing for any information, or have you not been there?
She says, no, actually, I had not made my way back there. I was busy trying to stop more attacks from happening because they were happening so fast. I never got time.
We will continue to try to investigate then. Can you give us a map of the village where the residents who resides where?
Yeah, so she just she will just tell you how to find it.
For him and what's his name?
Yes. For Dablin, she will tell you how to find both of them. I don't have a map drawn up, but we don't need one for this because it's not a complicated village, so I didn't make one.
That's fine.
I can start making them in the future if that'll help you guys. I'm trying a new format too, so we can talk about it at the end.
You're good.
Yeah, you have the information to find those things.
Okay.
You tell me you want to go there, I'll tell you you get there, and I'll tell you if anything happens on the way.
That works. Thank you. And then we, is there any other information that you had for us now that we've seen your, you said that, you said you had another piece of information for us after we found your companion.
She said, well, before that, I didn't expect you to find my hidden witness. I'm not going to lie. That was a stroke of his poor decisions or your good investigations skills. I have not decided yet. I was going to give you the information to find him discreetly and let you come to your own conclusions. I didn't want to bias you in any way. The only other thing I can think of is I've heard it from there's only been 3 or 4 survivors, and they all mention the same thing, that there's a whistling sound before an attack, and I don't know, could that be coming from a creature itself right before it attacks?
Or possibly someone controlling it with a whistle.
I said, yeah. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case, but that is also... I just don't... I know it's highly my theory from the beginning that it's one of us, but I didn't want to be right.
Usually the worst the worst outcomes are usually it.
And she says, here, and looks at Cecil. Cecil's zoned out, I see.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was receiving a DM.
Oh, you're good. I was just saying, how you did the here, and drank, she did that to you. I was saying, all good.
Yeah, then Cecil also just well, he's chugging water right now.
I was
So he
gonna
just
ask,
takes his water skin and just starts sips.
has Davlin returned since he left the tavern earlier, before we had left?
She says, I saw him walking through here. If my understanding of the guard schedule is correct, he should be on patrol with a group of 4. So, should be accountability. I think he would be safe.
Alice, is the whole party here at the table with us?
Yes.
Cecil is there, yeah, and I know Cleo was, so I assumed Lulu 2 followed.
I thought Little Two would start went and dancing with somebody, so.
I
Not
think
if Lulu
she's
is
scared
there.
of getting waterboarded by you, so she's trying to sober up still.
Okay. Alice can look at the rest of the party and see, do you want to continue investigating tonight or rest?
Before we do that real quick, Cleo, did you have any questions? Or did you want to talk to her about anything?
No, I think currently Cleo's mind is just, I don't think we should attack the bird.
Fair enough. All right. And I assume Cecil and Lilitu don't have anything they wanted to ask or say during that whole conversation. I just want to make sure. I assumed you guys would have jumped in and said something, but I just want to make sure there's nothing left.
I'm along for the ride. I'm sober.
Cecil's just trying to get more water because he chugged most of it.
All right, cool. Sorry, Alice, you can continue what you were saying.
We're talking to the party, asking if they want to rest or if they want to continue investigating tonight.
So are you asking that like at the table, in character, or are you
In character.
Yeah. Okay. Misra hears that and she says, if you are planning to search Belorit and Avlin's house, tonight is good as any, because I know for sure he is on patrol. So he will not see you leave or where you go, and he will be on the edge of the village. And all the lived-in homes are in the center. They started at the center, and they're like building out.
Okay. Well, Alice is going to take that information and she's going to say, I guess we're doing this tonight. And she is going to stand up and grab Lily too, who is in her little drunken stupor.
No, I'm sober. Please don't waterboard me. I'm sober enough. I'm Cleo.
And Alice is gonna say, good. She's going to drop Lily too, and she's gonna proceed to the door.
Cleo, you almost let her waterboard me.
You've never been waterboarded.
Sentence still stands, Cleo. You were gonna let her waterboard me.
Cecil sort of tips his water skin towards her and then just says, well, I bid you adieu. We can continue merry making later, and then follows Alice.
My God, she's corrupted my best friend. And I just follow.
Leo, do you follow as well?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah.
I was about to say, oh no, Cleo's muted. All right, are you guys going to Bella Ritt's house?
Yeah, that is where Alice is planning on going.
So it is. So even though their housing is somewhat in the center, Bella Ritt's house is special, and that it's a house ring or two away from the others. So it's a little bit away. So, which is interesting in itself. As you walk to it, you see that it is a modest home. It doesn't appear that it's been touched. As you open doors and go inside, you can see it's very minimalist. It's very clean. It doesn't, even though Bellaret's been gone, other than some dust buildup, you would be hard pressed to say someone lived here before. There's very little evidence of anyone living here. It's just the receiving room with just a simple couch. Then you can see a hearth there, and just past that is a table for eating. And then up the stairs a little way is a bedroom, and across from the bedroom is a study. You can look anywhere in the house. Just let me know what you want to look at.
Alice is going to beeline for the study.
All right, does anyone else want to look throughout the house for anything?
Can I look around for any like hidden like doors or passages or latches or anything?
Yes, and I will resolve that here in a sec. I just want to make sure I give everyone a chance to say if they want to do anything.
I don't think so. I think I'll just aid Cleo again. For advantage.
Cecil's just nonchalantly just walking about and just like casually picking things up and then looking around.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and resolve Alice's searching first, and then I'll come back to you, Cleo. I haven't forgotten. So, all right, Alice. So you walk into the study. It's a very simple study. It's just a desk, journal, and a writing pen on it. And that's about all that you see.
No bookshelves, no books or anything like that?
Nope. looks like just a journal, an ink pen on the desk, and a chair. That's it.
The desk, does it have drawers, or is it just a freestanding desk table?
It's just a freestanding desk.
Alice is going to go up to the journal and she's going to start flipping through it.
Okay, so you can see this is his personal journal. Looks like he is just talking about his day-to-day on patrol, but as far as you know, he was not super sociable. He seemed more solitary, and he keeps mentioning that mentioning of a friend of his, and he references his friend as her, and he keeps saying that she has a child, and he's so excited. And you see the name Mina a couple of times, so you can assume the name's friend is Mina.
The friend's name is Mina.
Says
Yes.
Mina has a child, or is having a child?
You can see a bit of a history. You can see Mina is having a child, and you can see every day he is more and more excited about it and talking about things that he needs to prepare to help Mina with the child. And you can see, looks like she was born recently. And that's kind of where it ends off. So you assume that he stopped coming back when his last entry was about how Mina was born a few days ago. Or sorry, Mina had her child a few days ago.
Alice is going to take the journal. And is she going to proceed out of the study and make her way towards the bedroom?
Okay.
I don't know if you want to cut back over to everyone else, or if you want to continue.
Yes. Sorry, I am checking quick. I'm reading through my DM screen real quick. Sorry.
Okay.
All right, I just want to make sure I did this real quick. Okay, yeah, so give me a perception check, Theo, and you can roll with advantage.
Ooh. Good thing you had
right.
advantage.
You? I got you.
As you're walking, Leo, you notice that one of the boards in the floor in the dining area is a different color. What do you do? Did you mute again, Cleo? Okay.
No,
Sorry,
I
there
was
you
writing it down. I look over to see what Lotu and Cecil are doing. As I kneel down to feel around that specific differently colored board.
Okay. As you kneel and you kind of run your hand across it, you notice that there's a little lip, and it actually seems like you can lift it right up with a little bit of effort. It looks like it was fake nailed down, just enough that it would pass a quick glance, but you can definitely, now that you're down there, tell that it was meant to be pulled up.
Would I be able to fit in this?
So it's just a single small board. So
Yeah,
if
that's
you
why
lift
I'm
it up, are you going to lift it up?
Yeah.
As you lift it up, it's just like a small rectangle compartment, and you see a journal wrapped in leather put sideways in there.
Grab the journal and open it to read what's in it.
All right. So this one, you can tell is, well, you didn't hear Alice's. So as reading this, you get the feeling that, trying to figure out how to word this. Because you don't know anything about Bellarit, so I'm trying to figure out how to word it without like. Anyway, throughout this journal, you see Bellarit's name's at the beginning, because he put his name in the beginning of the journal. And as you're flipping through, you realize you're reading the story about an event in Bellarit's life. It seems when he was younger, in the Underdark, maybe fighting these pale creatures or out searching for something. It's really, the exact events are unclear as you're flipping through, but he seems to have come across a creature that was scared and lonely, and it seemed that its family had been killed by the pale creatures, and he nursed it back to health and raised it in secret. And as you're reading through the journal, you can see that it actually helped them without anyone else in the village knowing escape the Underdark and keep the pale creatures at bay. And it has been a silent guardian of the village under Bellarit, keeping all the undead and all of the pale creatures away and within a certain distance of the village. And it seems that Bellarit considered it his best friend. And that is about the extent of that journal. It seems like it's just full of Bellarit and best friend, basically, in their adventures. And he describes the creature as a winged, large bat-like creature with very sharp talons. He was surprised to learn that it spoke Undercommon, and he eventually taught it Common as well.
Bat-like creature. As I finish reading this, hey Alice. Just in the house somewhere.
Alice is going to see where she can peek down and see Cleo.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Found journal.
Gib.
Did you find anything up there?
Another journal.
I just stand there with the journal.
Alice is going to take it and read through it.
So you now know all the information I told Cleo. Did Alice give you the journal, or did you take her journal and read it?
She didn't give me anything.
Alice, did you?
Alice is going to give her the
do that,
journal.
or just forget?
She's going to give her the journal that she had. Then Alice is going to read it and just start thinking.
Out loud as she's finished reading it. She's like, out loud, like to herself. I knew it.
Alice is gonna say, so the child is missing. And we know that the creature is not hostile originally, but it seems to be hostile now. And appears to have some kind of obsession with Davlin, and we have its child is missing. And Davlin appears to be taking extra rations to his house. And I do believe Davlin is our primary suspect.
I think the winged creature that I saw was Mina, and what Davlin is feeding is her child.
More than likely. But why is Davlin having the creature kill off villagers?
I mean, do we know that he's having to kill off villagers, or is it just getting out and is?
She seems to be intelligent and has been protecting the village. And since
But the kidnappings died down when Davlin went into power.
But the kidnappings didn't start till after Bellerit was dead.
So Davlin might have used the child as blackmail to get him into power.
Possibly. But what power is there to have in this village?
That's for us to find out, I guess.
So it's best that we go investigate Davlin's house. And Alice is going to proceed. Drew once over to the house again, and then she's going to proceed out.
Alright, does everyone follow, or does anyone else want to do anything? One last chance for anything in the house?
I'm gonna be like rubbing my temples. I'm gonna be like, ugh. I think I'm starting to get hungover. Hear me out. Can we just ask him all of the questions? I'll just hold person. You guys ask him whatever, and I'll drink water.
Not till we find the missing child. That is more than likely being used to control the mother.
And I'm almost certain that Davlin had Bellerit killed.
It's possible the people are still alive, so it is best that we figure out where they are before we figure out why he's doing what he is.
Or I hold person, and he tells you or dies.
He might choose death.
I just keep rubbing my temples.
Do you need water?
No. I'm sober enough. Don't waterboard me. I'm fine.
In the soul. I will try. That's good, and Alice is gonna go pat Lily 2 on the head, and then she's going to proceed out the door.
Clench and run to Cleo.
Sichel just deeply sighs and then just walks out as well.
You guys make it to Davlin's house. His is in the most center ring here. It is also a decently tidy and well kept home.
Did your mic change?
This is a. Sorry.
Sorry.
His is really a bit. Muffling. I think my beard bumped it, so I might have turned. So it is where. Sorry. You were just at his house and I'm blanking on his name. Jesus. Bellerit. Where Bellerit's house was a small single home, single person home. Davlin's looks like it has space for 2. The kitchen area or the dining area, sorry, is a bit bigger. It has a bit bigger size hearth. The entrance is a bit wider. A bit more furniture inside. Upstairs is a bigger bed. Looks like it potentially, would be for 2 people, not just 1. And he also seems to have. I'm trying to think how to word this. He also has an office as well. What room would you guys like to look at?
Well, if he's hiding something, he's gonna probably have a hidden room or a basement. So I want to investigate look around for any. If is there any door that leads to a basement, or start looking around for any displaced floorboards or walls or anything like that?
Yeah. So let me check real quick. Are you wanting to investigate for something?
I will
hidden,
do.
Or are you wanting to try and notice something that's out of place?
I want to notice something if anything's out of place, and then go from there.
Roll a perception check. Does anyone else want to do anything?
I want to go to the office, actually.
Right. You don't see anything on the first floor, Alice. Nothing out of place immediately that you notice. And then we will go ahead and go to Lilatu. You go up to the office. It's one with a couple of bookshelves. Got a couple of books. Desk is clean. There's a quill and some ink. This desk appears to have a couple of drawers.
I want to do two things. First thing I want to do is look at all the books and see if there's any titles that seem interesting. Anything on like creatures or the Underdark or dark magic, anything like that.
Nothing that you would immediately recognize. That to you.
And then I want to investigate for anything that might be like a mechanism for opening something. So like, I don't know, a book on the shelf that opens something, a corridor, or a button on the desk that'll pop open a secret compartment, anything like that. Because like if I was going to hide something, I'd hide it in my office.
Roll investigation.
That was a nat one, I'm not going to lie to you.
So as you were moving around, pulling books randomly, tapping walls, you move to the desk and you start messing with the desk. You kind of crawl under it and you accidentally end up bumping your head. But as you do, you hit some sort of switch and a secret drawer opens up just above you.
I knew it. All right, I'm going to look inside.
It is also a journal.
All right, I grab it. I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to grab it. And I'm going to go, Cleo, I'm sober again. And take it to Cleo.
All right, Cleo, while she's searching that upstairs, were you doing anything?
Was the bedroom upstairs or downstairs?
Upstairs.
So we entered through
Just through the front there.
the living room. We were in the living room, and that's where Alice is searching.
Yeah, Alice is searching all of downstairs, which is just a dining table, some cabinets, some furniture.
Yeah, I wanted to go search the bedroom for anything like hidden or whatever. Or yeah.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check as well.
Oh no.
Damn.
You don't find anything hidden, but as you are searching the room, you do notice that it appears someone else is with Davlin. You find female dwarven clothing, so you assume he either had a wife or a girlfriend, but no one's mentioned that. Cecil, is there anything you wanted to do?
I imagine Cecil would have followed Alice this time, just because he's just curious what she's looking for, and then needs to break the seal from all that water, so he just sort of flounders around looking for a bathroom.
Okay, as you are looking around for a bathroom, you know what? Roll me an investigation check. So your bladder is about to explode and you're running around looking for a place to use the bathroom. And in your chaos, you kind of bump into Alice and you fall through a back window. And as you get up and you start urinating against the wall, you look to your left and notice a cellar.
Outside?
Yes.
Okay.
I think Cecil at this point would notice the cellar midstream, and then so a little P gets on the cellar and goes like, "Guy," like turns towards the cellars and be like, "Guys, yo, look at what I found," while still peeing.
Still, oh my god.
And then like ignores like the little P stream and just stops and then just opens it up and then goes in.
Cecil's going in first?
He's still sort of inebriated, so it's liquid courage.
Oh my god.
I was say also, to be fair, last time Cecil went into a cellar, he found wine.
That is true. At least sheaths the sword. Oh my god.
As you go down, Cecil, your eyes take a moment to adjust, but there is some of that luminescence, and you see a small, chained, winged creature letting out sad, crying sounds in the middle of the floor.
Cecil sort of just pauses, stares, and then doesn't look away and just backs up. And then
Did we hear Cecil?
at the top of the stairs, he closes the cellar and then just continues peeing and then waiting until it's finished because he's not gonna deal with that until his batter's done.
This is Cecil, so I assume, like he said, he didn't say anything until he had already made his mind up to go down there, so he just went straight down there without waiting. So yeah,
No,
as
I,
you
he's-
guys,
I think he sort of yelled, but then I would assume that since he's just like not like loudly, nobody heard him. And
Yeah.
he's just sort of like keeps it to himself until he's done.
Hey, Cleo's got really good hearing.
He did just fall through a window,
I think,
though.
yeah, I would say you guys hear the
Yeah.
light crash through a window, but you don't hear what is said. You just vaguely hear Cecil say. You don't know what he said.
And we're kind of used to
Okay,
him
if-
saying weird shit, so it's not.
If I'm downstairs, I'm gonna walk towards Cecil though, because I'm gonna assume he started drinking again without me, which is rude.
You would have been heading
were-
downstairs looking for Cleo, but Cleo was upstairs searching the bedroom at the same time, so you wouldn't have seen her.
It's just me and Cecil.
Okay, so then I hear Cleo.
Well, I was
so hear
searching
Cecil
while
and I
she
walk
was
out to
searching,
Cecil.
so by that time, I assume I would have been done searching, right?
Yeah, you guys are both definitely done searching. It's up to Lilitu if she would have been downstairs already or on her way downstairs because she was looking for you.
I assume it's because she's yelled my name, so I would like be going towards like.
Yeah, you guys paint the scene for me. Sorry. You guys tell me.
I'm gonna give the journal to Cleo, and then I hear some crash through the window, and I hear a mumble that sounds like Cecil, and I'm just gonna go, buddy, and start going down the stairs.
I think
Or
the
Cecil.
crash would have been while you were investigating and finding the book and the desk and stuff, because all this is happening at the same time.
I would say that their order of things in the situation is more correct because Cecil didn't start searching until he noticed you searching.
Oh,
He kind of stumbled around for a bit.
Gotcha.
He was kind of sitting there until he saw you searching, and then he's like, I guess I'll help.
Gotcha.
All right, so I'm going as fast as I can down these stairs. It's gonna take me a hot minute. I got little legs. I'm huffing and I'm puffing.
No, I run after her and I pick her up and I run towards where I heard the crash.
Thank you, thank you.
We're all just gonna peek out the window and see Cecil taking a piss.
But Cecil's still taking a piss. He's just and then
Cleo
he
is just disgusted
noticing
and leans
that-
back from the window because she can smell it so strongly.
I'm gonna throw my something at him. Go see what I'm throwing at
Cecil
him.
still. It hits. I would assume it hits, and then Cecil still mid pee,
Then
just
throwing a
turns
ball
around and
bearing
is
at
like,
him.
Huh?
How big
And
is
then
his
like,
bladder, brother?
Exactly. I'm throwing a ball bearing at him.
He is drunk, so
I'm gonna be like, I thought you were hurt, you dumbass.
The walk man pissing, and then like sort of just covers himself up and then just like stops, and goes like, "Yeah, look, there's a cellar," and then opens it back up. There's something. The winged creatures down there.
oh my god. Alf's gonna say that, and she's going to head outside and go down towards the cellar.
Good job, buddy. And I pick up my ball bearing and put it back in my bag.
of your
I-
500. Wait, is it 100 or 500?
It's crunch my nose at the
1,000.
Is it 1,000?
smell of pee coming from the cellar door.
Oh my god.
Alright, so you guys, go ahead.
Yeah. If everyone goes down there, Cecil goes around the other corner and then continues pissing.
Oh my god. So we're gonna go down there.
That
Okay.
yeah, that is what happens. So you three go down, I assume, and you see a small winged creature, kind of a bat-like looking creature, kind of whining and looking very sad, and chained to the middle of the floor.
Alice is gonna say we found the child, I guess, and she's going to proceed to see how it is chained to the floor. Does it look like it's like locked to anything? Is there like a lock on there?
No, it looks like it's just chains around the legs, and it's just been hammered into the floor, like the chains themselves. If that makes sense.
Chains. So
Anyone?
so it's like we can't pull it up, basically.
You might be able to.
Alice is going to go
If
to
you-
the child and try to pull on the chains a bit. Do I do a strength check?
And the
yeah, you
child
can
is
do a
just not
strength check.
like. We don't say anything to the child first. We don't like.
The
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I'm pretty
he-
sure
no,
she
no,
would. She would
no,
just
so he
back
said,
away from Alice so fast.
well, he had to teach the mother common, and so this is the child. It doesn't know anything.
I don't know if we don't ask. I'm gonna walk up to
but
it.
it's like you can still. Children can still like feel like intentions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to it and be like, "Do you speak common?"
It's just gonna tilt its head down and just get smaller.
I don't think
Leo
it speaks common.
kneels down and grabs her tail and like offers it to the child.
It starts watching it, and you see its eyes get a little bit bigger. Watching and paying like close attention to your tail.
I glance over at Alice. It's like, and then glance at the chains as I keep this child distracted.
Alice is gonna pull on the chains.
All right, give me a good old strength check.
Holy
19.
shit.
Alice, you just walk over, and without thinking, you just pull the chain, and as you do, kind of fall a little bit backwards because you pull so hard, but you end up pulling it out of the ground with no problem.
It's my inhuman undead strength.
When did wizards get so strong?
When wizards stop being alive. What do we have for equipment wise?
Does the child react to any of this?
It is completely enthralled by your tail.
Cool.
Does anybody have a blanket?
All I have are costume clothes, and I'm gonna look at the child and then look at me. Reference at me. I don't think they're fitting.
Alice is going to look at Lily too and say, go tell, go
You
tell-
literally waterboarded this man earlier. It's Cecil, and I'm gonna go walk up the stairs.
Go tell him to
I
get a
have
blanket.
I have robes that I can wrap her in.
That's fine.
Hey, that works. Turns back
My
around.
backpack.
Are we able to get the chains off of her?
They are around both legs, but they are free. It's not attached to the ground. It was attached to the ground at one spot, so
Okay. Are they cuffs or are they just chains?
they're just cuffs. They look like made in a haste or maybe old cuffs. They're not freshly made or anything.
They're made from what?
So they're older cuffs.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're not as like hard iron as you would expect because they were probably found somewhere in the village
Okay. Are we able
or
to get
maybe
them?
brought from the Underdark.
Are we able to get them off of her, off the child? Is what I mean.
So I can give you a hint if you would like me to, or you can try and pull them. Bring your one free one. I'll be a nice deal.
I'm just going to try to attempt to get them off again, or get them off, kind of, or if they're coming apart, try to break them. Use my
Go for
strength
it.
to break them. Nope.
Nope, not this time.
I lost it. Um.
As Alice is contemplating this, I grab the robe. I show the child first, and then I put it around her.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
I'm gonna say we have the child now. Now to go deal with Davlin and the mother.
All right, so Cleo, I assume you were the one taking responsibility for the child.
I think that would be the best option.
I just mean by that, it sounds like you put a rope like around it so it wouldn't fly away and get lost, or
Well, it's a cellar, so I guess I assumed it will be cold, and it's a child.
a robe. I am so sorry. I heard rope. I apologize.
Oh my god.
This is my bad.
No.
I was very
My
confused.
character would not tie up a child.
I didn't think so. I was like, maybe it's just a little safety precaution at the feet or something. I don't know.
She's still,
I just
she's
wanted
still
to clarify.
chained though, right? She's
Yeah.
just not to the ground, but
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to make sure. That's why I was clarifying. Sorry, I apologize. Okay, yeah.
Does she have any reaction as I scoop her up? Scoop her up, but does she have like?
Are you still wiggling your tail in front of her,
yeah.
or?
No, I let my tail go, but I'm assuming the kid is still looking at it.
Yeah, it's kind of tracking it, and it seems to kind of like you anyway. So, because you were being so nice to it.
Can I hold out? I hold out my hand like slowly towards her, or it. Can we tell what gender it is?
You don't have enough knowledge of this creature's biology yet, and so you'd probably have to ask its mother or wait till it gets older.
Cool. It. And just kind of gently pick them up.
It just makes a little sound, like a little burp sound, and doesn't seem to struggle or anything. It seems to be aware enough and understand that you're trying to help it leave this place.
Alice is going to... Is there anything else down here in the basement? Alice is going to look around.
No, it looks like just a plain basement. It looks like maybe at one time there was shelves and stuff for maybe food storage and stuff, but it looks like that's been taken out, and it's just some water, like a water bowl, and just leftovers from what he's been feeding it.
So where are the people that have been kidnapped? Alice is going to see that Cleo has a child. She's going to proceed up the stairs.
So you guys are leaving the cellar?
Yes. Alice is. Lily too, I think, already left, and then it's just Cleo.
So you guys are all outside the cellar, I assume, with the child in Cleo's arms. What do you guys do now?
I'm gonna give the child in Cleo's arms my rations.
Happily starts nibbling on it.
Alice is going to ask, did you find anything upstairs?
Oh, yeah, this journal.
I grab the journal, out of my backpack that little two gave me the journal. Like I didn't read it. but
I'll get it.
yeah.
I'll get it out of your backpack. I got you.
Okay. I assume you hand it to Alice. I assume you're gonna read it real quick, Alice.
Oh, I didn't. I was waiting for little two or Ace to say something.
Said yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Yes, I'm going to read it.
Okay. As you read it, it starts with Davlin describing how he's noticed the strange behavior and that Bellarit is always taking the patrol routes near the edges of the forest, and he thinks something's up with him. Talks about how he starts following him, and he soon realizes about Mina, and you can see he's just kind of observing. He doesn't know how to feel about it as he reads, and he sees that Bellarit can control it, and he's thinking that maybe it would be a good way, like a cool thing to figure out how to control. How he's trying to figure out how Bellarit controls it. He doesn't understand how Bellarit controls it. He thinks that he's controlling it in some manner. And one of the days he was following Bellarit, he saw the child. And on that day, he ambushed Bellarit and stabbed him and took the child and trained it to use. He describes through the process how he communicates with it, holding the child hostage, and trains it to come on his command with a whistle. And he basically used it to make people disappear originally that he had grudges against or didn't like. He included them in random clusters, and then he soon liked the power and the thrill of killing, and he just kept continuing. And now he's cooled down to avoid detection, especially since he's the head of the guard, and he wants to be in control of the entire village, and he likes being a well-respected and powerful figure. Essentially, you're reading his evolution into a serial killer.
Yeah. Alice is gonna say, well, we have our proof. It is best that we bring this back to Mistra. And so she has her proof to use. But we also need to make sure that Davin doesn't find out we have the child. I will, as we should proceed back to the tavern, I will try to go get this to Mistra and ask for her help as soon as possible if you guys can focus on protecting the child.
Are you guys all going to the tavern together? What's the plan here?
That is on those three.
Sure, I'll go with.
That works.
So, as you guys arrive at the tavern, Davlin still seems to not be back just yet, but you guys hear the flapping of giant wings and a large winged creature. I'm dumb.
This is as we're getting to the tavern?
Yeah, it lands on the roof of the tavern. Trying to see if I can get a good picture for you guys. Of course. Why make my life easy? I have to go steal one from the book real quick. I apologize. Had me signed out, and I had copy and pasted something earlier, so it was no longer my word.
I need to check something. It's like the third artist that's done this.
Why not? Okay. Download image. Save image. Not letting me paste anymore. Am just not smart. That you. This lands on the roof.
Why do artists keep things
What is
like
that? What
the fuck is it?
Where is it at? I don't see it.
It's in the journal.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
The fuck is that?
So it lands with the wings closed and the mouth closed, and you just hear it say, "Thank you." And you feel in your arms, Cleo, the child is like going crazy, wanting to be back with its mom.
I wanted to try breaking the chains on her, like, limbs with my string while we're walking, but...
Yeah, go for it real quick.
Let me out. There. Do I have a strength? I don't. Survival? No.
What are you talking about? Under skills, it's on the left-hand side there. So it's
Oh,
all your
yeah,
thingies
yeah.
and then, yeah. Oh, you're weaker than I am.
Damn. No. Second time you rolled a 9.
Yeah.
You managed to get one of them off. Would you like to try the other
One
one?
of the 4?
There's only 2.
Oh. This whole walk, I'm just fidgeting with this thing while the child numbs on her rations, on its rations.
Yeah, so it had no idea you took the chains off, and you managed to get both of them off, but it's been distracted by its food the whole trip. And when its mom landed on the roof, that was the first time it looked up. It is moving frantically in your arms. What do you do?
I mean, I don't know if it can. I don't think it can fly, but put it down and take the cloak off gently and look up at the mother.
Starts waddling over. And it's, I guess, slithering might be the correct. I don't know how to describe how it walks because it's got back legs. They're just small, so I'm not the best to describe. Waddles over there slowly, mixed between like a snake and a weird waddle. And then the mom wraps it up in one wing and flies off.
We saved it.
We see.
Oh, adorable.
Cecil sighs in relief and says, "Oh, thank God nothing happened to Devin."
What? Oh, the tavern.
Yeah, because I was on the tavern.
Alice is going to, after seeing that, she's going to quickly proceed inside and beeline for Mistra.
Mistra is still at her table. He is one of the few people remaining. Looks like a few people are just cleaning up.
She's going to give the journal, quickly toss the journal to her, the proof that it's Davin and we have freed the child. We have the creature that we mentioned, he was controlling it and we have freed it.
She takes a second. She reads the journal and she says, "This is all I need. I'm going to go wake some in real quick and be ready for Davlin when he returns. And we can end it there for the night."
No.
Sweet.
She said no. She just wants to know what happens to Davlin.
I want to fight. I didn't get to use my spells.
One time she saves her spell slots.
I know.
Mind games.
Alright, I'm gonna do my sign off. I'll be right back.
Okay, I guess I should probably do mine. Alright, we're gonna end Everynyan. What you guys, if you look at it, you see my new little thing, my gift tuber. This is by Sajini. You guys know Sajini, she's my friend. She made it. And so now we're gonna go sleepies, or we're gonna end stream for today, and we'll be back next Sunday with more Nyan. We're gonna be seeing what happens to Davlin from there. We're gonna shoot him up. Yeah, I'm gonna throw all my magic into him now. Make him go bye-bye. But yeah, thank you everyone. Bye-bye, Everynyan. Bye-bye.